What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween. It's a little bit after Halloween for me, but I think a lot of people still are in the Halloween time period, time frame, time warp. And then we have Paigey, who is clearly not at all celebrating Halloween, correct?
Well, I am in costume. I mean, I'm you.
Oh, you're dressed as me? Okay.
Yeah, fucking idiot. By the way, was that a Rocky Horror Picture Show reference just then, or is that
which one? Which reference?
When you said time warp, or is that just a?
It could have been because I had to work for karaoke and I heard the time warp like 5 times tonight. So,
well, yeah, because I mean, probably like people dressed up as Frankenfurter or something.
Yep.
Is that your go-to? There's chaps involved in that, isn't there?
In the time warp?
Well, I guess I was going to say Frankenfurter, but
I don't know. We got a weird night tonight though because I just got home like what time did it, like maybe 15 minutes ago?
20 minutes ago.
And I have not had a chance to go through and get all the topics organized. So this is going to be really fun. But I do want to talk about the first thing. So I have it's a fabric and leather flash suit that I had. And so I thought I'm going to wear it for actual Halloween. Not because you guys voted for it on Tuesday, but because I wanted to wear it for Halloween in general. Because I had this and I had the bear suit. The bear suit I've worn like how many times now? Probably 5 too many.
Yeah, I was going to say just too many in general.
Yeah. So I got this flash suit and I'm going to show you what happened here in a second, but I'm wearing it at work, right? And it's got LEDs that go through the sleeves and stuff. So it's a really nice suit. And I'm sitting there wearing it and it starts to feel like the emblem part is getting hot, which is weird because the LED lights don't generate heat, but there was a battery pack in the emblem and it was getting hot. So I turned off all the LEDs. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is it still getting hot? Why is this still overheating? So I opened the back of it. It takes like a 9-volt battery. The 9-volt battery was almost melted on the inside of it. And the emblem had completely come off of the suit.
Because I guess the glue had to have heated up stuff.
You can see it right here, right? This is like an LED stripe that goes through the piping. And here is the emblem hanging from the suit. It's literally melted. You can see the warp.
Okay, firstly, I have one question which might give all the answers. Did you buy this thing off Temu?
No.
Okay.
I've had it for a while, but you can see the warping in it. Look at it, it's warped from where it got hot.
Oh, yeah, for like being on your chest and stuff.
Yeah.
And
it completely came off, like it's completely off of the chest.
Well, Eric, you're an idiot. You should have kept it on you for an extra 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you got a court case. You got a lawsuit on your hands. Might have been third-degree burn, but might have a couple mil coming your way.
And look, the thing is, I would have thrown it in the trash already because at this point it's useless. But I'm like, I need to make sure everyone sees what happened because I know that everybody wanted to fucking see me in that suit, but it's not going to happen, I guess. The Staggervore, no flash costume. I caught on fire, Staggervore. There's no way I can wear it. Although I will say, the top half of it, where the mask was. Let me see if I can find it. So here's because we wanted to see which suit it was. Could you tell which one it was?
It looks like the season 1 suit.
Yeah, look at the.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me in the suit?
Can you put that on your head?
Yeah, hold on.
Hair reveal. Might take off your glass.
Whoops! Don't want to lose my glasses. Isn't it great? Isn't it perfect?
Well, I was gonna. Now you look like I don't know. It's you look like something. Perfect? You look like one of the knockoff superheroes that's in The Boys, where like they just have like a. You know what I mean? Like, well, they don't really try that hard with the suit.
I can pretty much tell that's not the original Flash suit because the original Flash suit is supposed to be heat resistant.
Yeah, definitely not the original Flash suit. So, thank you for the super chat, Staggervore. I do appreciate it. Look, South Texas Shark should have gone with my pink idea.
Yeah, but that's not dress up. That's Eric. Like every second or third.
I don't own pink, so I'd have to go and buy some.
You keep saying this.
Like it would have cost me money. I don't have any full pink outfits.
Full pink outfits.
I just
all that says to me is you just don't own any pink underwear, because I know you have pink shorts and a pink shirt and a pink hat and pink glasses.
Also, we're doing something interesting for Halloween. So these are all that remains of this from the party that people had earlier. So they brought them to me. The surprise costume was going to be something I was going to make for tonight, but since we didn't do it, I didn't put it together. These are gummy bears, spiked gummy bears. And if you don't know what that means there's a little something extra that they've been soaked in for 24 hours.
Opium.
It's not opium. It's not doing that. For every $5 super chat, because there's like 10 or 12 of these in here, they're very potent. For every they're gross, like they're so like they're almost like slimy from being soaked in it. But for every $5 super chat, I will eat one of these gummies, and we will see if I can make it all the way to the end of the stream. We'll see what happens. It's
going to be so high.
It could be potentially bad for the channel. So that is the goal for tonight with the gummies. So if you want to do that, feel free to donate $5 to.
What if someone like donates $120?
I mean, if they donate the full amount, I will eat all of them. I'm not going to eat them all at one time, but I will eat all of them before the end of the stream. So, but you don't have to, guys. Like honestly, they're not tasty. They taste like vodka. But if you don't want me to have them, I won't. But it's up to you guys. Totally
is that trend where people are soaking the gummy bears and then putting them in the freezer and stuff like that?
Well, I don't know if these were put in the freezer because they weren't mine; they were given to me.
Well, it wouldn't work anyway because vodka doesn't freeze. So.
Oh yeah, well they're kind of sticky, which is
I guess like a weird. I guess it like the gummy bit would freeze, I guess a bit, but the vodka soaked in there wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. They're trying to do math in the chat, so we'll see. All right, even though that's just a back burner thing, but there is a regular super chat goal outside of that. If we get $5 chats, we'll talk about our least favorite superheroes in live action movies and TV shows. So,
oh god,
someone just sent $10.
I'm thinking already.
You are already keeping track, aren't you? You're already keeping track. You're so excited about what's going to happen with the stream. It could end up getting us demonetized.
I'm so looking forward to it too.
Okay. Here we go. Right away. $10. So I'm going to be doing two of them. I'll do one now, but give me a minute and I'll do another one. I don't want to go through them too quickly. All right. So this is it says gummy bears, but this doesn't look like, unless this bear is like making something with their hand. I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, let's go. They're so slimy. Oh gosh, gummy bears aren't supposed to be slimy. That's the thing. They're so slimy.
Yet satisfying.
Well, so what are they? They're soaked in vodka and they got what, CBD or THC in it.
We're not talking about that on camera.
Well, you can say don't say the other word, but is it CBD or like THC in there?
There is a little something extra in it, yes. But yeah. They were made, so they were already gummies that were made with extra special stuff in it, and then they were soaked in vodka.
And then dusted in opium. Like, yeah, so like it's instead of the citrus thing.
I'll do another. Thank you, Danu. I'll do another one here in a second. Is it good? They're slimy. So imagine a slimy gummy bear. Imagine that. That's what it is.
But you get that if you like get a gummies and they're like warm like that, you leave them in your car or something like that. They get like that.
They do, but not like this. This is a little bit different.
Yeah, because they have like I guess like some sort of like protective thing on it. I guess you could say.
Yeah. So we did have a at the party earlier. We had sangria, which I don't know what's in sangria. I think that might also be vodka. I'm not sure. I don't know. They had sangria, and I had some of that earlier. So my system is already like in a whirlwind a little bit. So. Also, Pixar Eric is something we tried on Monday. I'm going to redesign him. He's a little bit too big and imposing. So we're going to redesign that by Tuesday. It'll be different, but he keeps track of subscribers and super chats. So that's why he's there. But apparently, I think StreamYard announced they're going to add in an actual tip jar thing, which I think will be kind of fun. So you guys can see the little tip jar thingies like they do on Streamlabs. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump into some topics. And here we go. First topic is from Deadline. And it says, actually, the 3W, let me move you up so you're not in the super chat box. There we go. There's an overwhelmingly positive reaction out of New York Comic-Con for Creature Commandos. What do we think about that?
I mean, like, I'm not overly surprised. It's pretty, and also it's pretty rare you hear, that was fucking shit coming out of a convention, because most of the people there that are going to be in the thing are probably going to be fanboys or girls, you know, so they're probably going to eat it up regardless. But also, based off the trailer and stuff, there was nothing there that looked concerning, if that makes sense. And also, it's like, you can't really complain about VFX. The only thing you can really complain about if it's not plot related, and we know nowadays a lot of people don't complain about the plot related stuff because I guess attention levels usually require that. But like, is the animation, and the animation looked fine, like at least off the trailer. And then like, you don't know how it's going to look on like the streaming service and stuff. It usually looks maybe a tiny bit better when you're just watching it. You're locked in. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where you just have to wait and see what it's like when it comes out.
Whose TV is on?
That is mine, probably.
Could you hear it 3Dub, or is it just me? I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I was like, wait a minute, is that 3Dub? Because you know he likes to have stuff on in the background.
No, it's me. I got basketball.
Just kidding.
The only thing on is my fan.
All right, another gummy. I don't know what color I'm going to get this time. Let me. Oh my god, they're sticking to the bowl, like the slime is sticking to the bowl. Oh god, that's so slimy. All right, this is it's a pink unicorn gummy here. All right, so that's
what are you watching, PG?
Oh, it's basketball. I didn't realize that it was loud.
That's what she said. Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, well, 3Dub, how do you feel about Creature Commandos?
I'm more interested in the live action stuff. If they come over, then I'll watch it.
Like,
but I'm not
in general, or just in DC stuff?
Just in DCU.
Okay.
I have no idea what Creature Commandos is about.
Well, just Suicide Squad with supernatural beings. That's pretty much it.
That one was not great. Oh, that was kind of gross.
Why you just?
I don't even know what flavor that was. I might have to, because that was really gross.
Just swig it with some water.
Oh, I still have like 7 or 8 more of these. Ugh. All right. Oh, that was bad. Pink was not good. Not good at all. All right. I saw this. This was interesting. So Sasha Calle originally signed a multi-film deal to play Supergirl, and is heartbroken she won't return. It was very heartbreaking for me, and it was very confusing. Ultimately, I know what I did. I know that I did my best. It's been said that a queer Latina girl like me couldn't be Supergirl, but I was, and no one can take that from me. Thoughts on this?
Yeah. I think she said it perfectly.
Well, she was in the same thing as that Leslie Grace. I think they had the same deal. I think she probably got more because she was premiering in The Flash, and they thought The Flash was going to, be this much bigger movie. But yeah, I think Leslie Grace and her got a similar thing, or obviously not money wise, I think, but in regards to like multi-film, probably project, I guess maybe roughly in general. Yeah, I'm sure she it'd be pretty, and she got like the rough end of the stick with it as well. Like she had to do all that press for The Flash by herself, essentially, like the stuff on TV, because they just weren't going to get. It's pretty rare you get the director unless they're like Christopher Nolan or something, like they're known to do like TV press and stuff like that, like go into a studio on those like Today shows and stuff like that. But yeah, like her, like Leslie Grace. I mean, like the Sholo guy that does Blue Beetle, sort of, he like avoided the bullet. He could have easily been in the same camp. He's probably just lucky his movie came out last, and they were able to tinker with it in regards to like not showing anything specific, so it can be in James Gunn's universe. But yeah, so
I guess it's I guess it's a little silly to be like, could you imagine her playing in multiple films? Because I guess the intention was to have her in multiple films if she signed a multi-film deal. But for some reason, after I saw the movie, like after seeing The Flash, I don't know how they would have made another story about her. Unless
I think the rumor was that there was going to be another Henry Cavill Superman movie, and she was in it. It was like a Superman and Supergirl movie. That was the rumor.
I also heard that they were going to make a Supergirl solo film, but
well, yeah, because the woman that's doing the Supergirl one for James Gunn was writing a Supergirl film for the other one, so she was already attached to a previous Supergirl movie, and then that got scrapped, and then she went on to the current Supergirl movie.
Oh, well, look at this. Low Watermark has stopped in and gifted 5 Eric Debunk memberships. So thank you so much.
That's the shit membership. You want the reloaded.
That's the great one. That's the great
Debunk is the woke one. Where you have
that's the best one.
No, that's where you can't have an opinion.
Yeah, you come over there and it gets debunked. I debunk it live on camera every single night. So if you're watching from the channel, please give a shout out to Low Watermark. If you're watching over at Eric Debunks, let him know you appreciate it.
So does that count as $5?
I don't know if I can see which tier that is, to be honest, and I don't remember. Let me check. Hold on. I tell you what, I will do 3 gummies for that. That's a 3 gummy, because I think those are like I don't know what tier it is, but we'll do 3 gummies for that one. Because we're gonna blow through them quickly, and you guys will have me. I'm already kind of slurring a little bit as it is. Not those kinds of slurs. Don't get excited, Paigey.
Hey.
Hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Which tier was that Low Watermark? Hold on.
Everybody's going to.
I want to make sure I get this right. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'll translate that into 3 gummies. We'll do 3 gummies with that.
What about 4?
Maybe.
What about 4?
All right, so we have different colors. I've already tried the clear. I've tried the pink. The pink is shit. But we have we have yellow, we have orange, and we have purple.
Oh, purple.
What are you orange?
Purple. What are we on about? I can't believe you need purple first.
Okay. Look, I have to do 3 of them anyway. So we will do purple first, and then I'll do orange next, and then I'll do a different one after that. All right, so here's purple, and purple is some kind of weird creature. I don't know what this is. All right. Okay. That's an interesting flavor.
Is it great?
It is great, but I think the vodka did something to it.
Turn it into wine.
I was about to say it turned into wine.
Does anybody want to explain why I'm not wearing my Flash suit? A couple people are asking. Yes. Here's the answer to that question. That is why I'm not dressed up as Flash. I can show you the suit, though. It's right here.
It's not heat resistant.
It's not twerk resistant.
Yeah.
Not too hard.
Unfortunately. All right. That was not good either. I don't think any of these are going to be great, to be quite honest. Okay. With that being said, I saw this and I thought we could discuss this. This is really interesting. This is from Alex Garfin about the final season of Superman and Lois. And it says, "You don't realize we were pretty poor last season. We didn't have the barn. We didn't have the house. It was torn down in season 3 when we didn't think we were coming back. And then they showed some pictures of where they're filming now. They had to recreate the front porch in like a sound studio.
Yeah.
And I think all the interior shots are done in recreated rooms, right as well.
Yeah, like they did it like the Lex Luthor and Jordan in the barn. They probably just went to some random barn on location or something and did it. And whenever they do something outside, like that, you can't see the barn or the house near it. It's just like a vacant field, essentially. Like they angled the camera really well.
There was a lot of people saying that they could tell that it was a cheaper budget this season. Do you guys agree with that or disagree with that?
Yes, I could see it, but also no. I mean, like when they do, you could tell they love the series because they actually, I guess, worked basically for free. Is what I can tell from the first 2 episodes with the Superman and Doomsday fight. But when he went down to Earth when Doomsday like had Superman's body and then tossed him, that felt really bad. Like he basically like fell like a sack of potatoes. It was weird.
Okay, so whose TV is on now?
Paige's.
Is it still Paige's TV?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't turn it down.
We'll turn it down because we can hear it. It's almost as loud as you are.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, give me 2 seconds.
We can hear actual words.
Like I could make out what they were talking about. I'm like, he passes to this guy and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what are we listening to?
And you can tell. You can also tell with the lack of characters too.
Yeah. Yours truly says, for me, it mainly showed in the Lex flashback scenes with the wig, with the toupee, and the apartment. The city backdrop out the window looked really cheap, and Doomsday in the last episode looked weird too. I don't think Doomsday's look too weird to me personally. What do you think?
The Doomsday thing is much more consistent. Like Doomsday overall doesn't look too weird. But I agree with like the last episode, like when they're in Lex's office at night, you could tell that they were like that was just a backdrop. It wasn't. Yeah, there's just a backdrop back there and stuff like that. But like, I mean, they're working around it pretty well. Like nothing, like the one that, like honestly, it was that bit there in the Lex Luthor in Luthor Corp in the office at the top. That was one where it stood out. Funnily enough, I was like, oh, that looks really, really cheap. like concerningly cheap. But yeah.
All right, we need to get to the main subject, because the gummies I'm starting to feel a little something on the gummies. So we need to talk about the main stuff before that gets too bad, if that makes any sense. All right, so this was shown to me the other day. I actually made a video on it that I never uploaded. So there's a video sitting in my like StreamYard edit studio or whatever that I never uploaded. But we're going to talk about this. This was the one where people think James Gunn lied. I want to talk about this in detail because I think it's quite interesting. So there's a confirmation about Ultraman being the character with the U on his chest. Now, we talked about this all the way back when these set photos came out. And did we ever decide, like, did we ever stick to, oh, we definitely believe it's this? Or was it more like, we'll have to wait until the movie comes out? I don't remember if anybody picked a specific, like, it's definitely Ultraman stance.
No, it's no. I think like he could like 180 us. Like it looks like Ultraman, but it's really not.
Okay, this is the orange one, 3-dub. So we'll see.
I wonder if it tastes like orange / vodka.
Maybe. So, but the reason why it's confirmed now is because McFarlane Toys has listed this as Ultraman.
I mean, they if you think about it, Grogu wasn't Grogu until Grogu was announced.
Yeah, but Grogu was just Baby Yoda. They didn't say Grogu was another person. This could be just like Evil Enforcer or something generic if they wanted it to be, but they're not. They're calling it Ultraman. And it's listed with a bunch of other stuff down here. It's like the third one down. Actually, also Baby Kaiju. What is Baby Kaiju? What is that supposed to be?
Baby, that's a kaiju.
Right, but what character is that supposed to be?
Oh, I don't know.
But who the fuck's Baby Joe? Sounds like a 1950s mobster or something. Like Baby Joe.
But I feel like they could have gave it a generic name if they didn't want it to leak out, because this stuff isn't like this isn't.
But at the end of the day, like this is like literally about like on the production side. So if you're going to make something with that in it, like bad luck, if this stuff does come out, it's going to come out. You can't really hide it too well.
Well, you know, the two companies that normally spoil things more than any is Lego and Funko Pops. Those are the ones where you normally get spoilers for stuff because their box art comes out or something like that. Has McFarlane ever spoiled anything prior to this that anybody remembers? I don't remember if I ever saw one from McFarlane. It was a spoiler.
I don't think so.
I know Funko Pop did.
Well, yeah, but he said the Funko is like usually one of the ones. It's usually Funko and Lego and stuff. Not really, but then I think again McFarlane's only like now getting bigger because they're like hot toys are really expensive and stuff. So a lot of people just go for the McFarlane figures because they're a bit cheaper.
I was trying to find the quote from James where he talked about the villain of the Superman movie because that's where everybody's saying he's lying. But Paigey, do you remember the quote I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's where he goes like Lex Luthor's the villain of the movie. It was him like
right.
He didn't lie, but he walked around it and he didn't address the question. Someone was like, "Hey, is this the villain? Like, who's this?" And someone, "Is it Ultraman? Is this?" And then like he didn't really acknowledge the question. It was sort of weird.
Yeah,
and then he said like Lex Luthor's the villain. It's like, well,
right,
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like if I'm thinking back to it, he specifically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but this is essentially what I remember. The hero of the movie is Superman, because this is back when people were talking about how large the cast was. And then he was like, and the villain of the movie is, shocker, Lex Luthor. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on and says that unless you hear something directly from him, you know what I mean? It's probably not true.
He also,
does that sound about right? I believe that's what the tweet was. So
he also said that a few months later, like, why would you want to know the entire movie?
Yes. Or why would you want to know so much about a movie before it comes out? I blame the culture that we're in for this, because people say they don't want spoilers, but people really do want spoilers for stuff. You know, like I feel like for me personally, when I say I don't want spoilers, I just don't want major spoilers. I don't want to know how the movie or the TV show ends. I don't want to know what the end credit scenes are. I don't want to know about the major like twists and turns. However, in terms of like characters and stuff, I don't mind knowing that. Like, I don't mind knowing the characters that are in the movie. I know they try to keep that a secret, but these set photos had a character with a big ass U on their chest. And we already knew one of them was the engineer.
And if he says Lex Luthor is the main villain, then Ultraman is a side villain.
Can we just, so now that we know this is Ultraman for sure, 100%, I have feelings about this design.
I hate it.
I think it looks so bad. I mean, I realize we're not seeing it the way they want to present it in the movie, but if we're talking about just initial reactions to it, I don't like this suit, and there's a lot of reasons why I don't like it.
Is Ultraman a like doppelganger of Superman?
This is what Ultraman typically looks like, give or take a few design tweaks. He's literally like a brutalist version of Superman.
Yeah, I mean, like, is he like a doppelganger of Superman?
He's an Elseworld Superman.
Okay. So I guess the reason why he's covering his face is to, I guess, not show that he's actually David Cornsweet.
Probably a combination, but if you go back to the suit, if you look at it,
hold on, I touched the wrong mouse. Sorry, it's like
he's drunk already.
There's a pretty clear influence on this suit, and it's the Doomsday suit.
Yes,
when he arrives on. So one of the lead theories is that Lex, which is concerning because it just rings Batman v Superman alarm bells, and very similar to the plot there. But he gets DNA from Superman, makes his clone, but the clone goes not rogue, but I guess maybe goes rogue, but it starts to evolve past the point.
So, do you think this is supposed to be David Cornsweet in this? That's supposed to be.
I think it's meant to. I think you'll probably get something where it's like David Cornsweet, but like a bit fucked up. Like it doesn't look like him as Superman. It looks like him a bit more.
I would say like that's not David
Weird.
Cornsweet. That's a stunt actor.
Well, yeah, because they're in the same scene together.
Because you can't see his face.
But like that's something I can easily see where it's like, even if it's like because like Lex has experimented on him, because I think like based off what Gunn said and how Gunn would probably go down the road with Lex, it's like a mad scientist, twisted scientist.
I have so many problems with this, though. I have so many problems with this.
My biggest concern is that like they did something very similar in Batman v Superman, and people didn't like it.
Right.
So that's my only concern around it.
I have one more gummy, but I should wait till I finish my thought on this. Okay. Gummy after the thought.
It's not an Elseworld Superman, it's a multiverse Superman.
It is, but I consider those stories to sometimes be like it started out as an Elseworld story. It wasn't initially. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. But like the problem I'm trying to form my thoughts on it for a second. The problem I have with this is this means that Lex Luthor knows Superman's secret identity.
And just to quickly to address Zaya, like he says, like it looks nothing like Ultraman. Yeah, so we can criticize and go, that suit looks fucking stupid. But you got to remember, like 98% of the people, 99.5% of the people that are going to go watch it would have never heard the term Ultraman, wouldn't know who Ultraman is, and that there's even doppelgangers of Superman.
Right.
There's only 5%, and we're the geeks that know it.
So if you show this person in a Superman suit, it's like, oh, well, it's just or make it look too Superman-esque. It's like, oh, well, it's just a Superman copy or whatever thing. And also, they're doing it different.
Truly, don't say that, yours truly. That sounds awful. I definitely don't want that.
No, I think they'll probably all condense into
King
this
Mike.
movie.
King Mike, that's the problem. That's the problem I have with this. Like, one of the many problems, I should say. First of all, I don't like the suit. However, that doesn't mean that it's going to look bad in the movie. I just don't like the design of it. I don't like the mask. I don't like the goggles. He looks like a scuba diver without a scuba tank. He looks like a gimp. He looks like he has a sex dungeon, all this other stuff. I'm not into that with this character at all. I will say that this probably means we're not going to get a proper crime syndicate.
I have a question. Does the U in on his chest look like a neon, like it's supposed to light up?
I don't think it's going to light up. I think it's just
I think if they did that, they'd just do it in post. They wouldn't have it something happens on set.
This suit, okay, so this suit without the gimp mask, with a cape, probably would look okay, honestly. But that ruins it for me because it just doesn't look good. And so for me, I'm thinking like we're not going to get the crime syndicate. Lex Luthor knows what Superman's secret identity is. The suit looks like it's padded full of muscles. It doesn't look natural. I just don't like it. And I'm worried. Like now that this has been confirmed, it makes me wonder, like, what the fuck is this going to be?
I don't know. I think this is one of the lesser things to be worried about, even be worried about at all. Because I would be surprised they didn't need multiverse stuff here. Because I mean, if I'm James Gunn and you've got a thing where you got 8 to 10 years to tell your story, I'd be surprised if they even touch on the multiverse unless they do like a Flash thing and there's like a little multiverse thing there, or it's right at the end and they like right at the end of his story line that he wants to tell, and they do something, or it's very like one of those niche things where someone can just like an anthology type of thing. So I mean, I'm fine with the suit, and also it looks very much like, Lex is like, oh, I'm gonna make this thing. I've made this clone, and he just makes this suit. I'm just interested to see why specifically plot wise, like in the story of the movie, he wears a mask. Like I'm assuming it's because he looks fucked up, like he looks weird.
So
like,
do you think it's possible that
it looks weird?
Right. So would you assume then that even though he could be a clone or a multiversal version of Superman, that he just doesn't look like David Cornsweet? So
I think they'll have it. I think they'll have it where it is David Cornsweet, but the mask is off in like one scene. It's like literally like the last thing, like probably when Superman's about to defeat him, or like one thing where like Superman's grabbing and rips off the mask or something, and then it sees like it's his face, but it's all like messed up, like maybe there's scars on it, or whatever it might be.
Here we go, number 3, and then we'll have to wait for more tips to come in.
And then he's going to be tipsy.
I think we have like 4 left, 3 or 4 left now. All right. Right, exactly. Look, this is why it bothers me. Because I like the Crime Syndicate. I like those Earth 2/Earth 3 characters, depending on what continuity it's in. I don't like the way they're setting this up unless they make it so this is the kickoff for like a Crime Syndicate storyline. And I don't think they are. I don't think that's what they're doing.
Who's in the Crime Syndicate again? I know Ultraman is, but who else?
Like Superwoman, wait, Wonder Man? What? Hold on, we're not talking about that yet. Sorry, I got distracted. I can't talk right now. Beiji, help out. Crime Syndicate. Do you know all the characters in it?
Well, yeah, what? Superwoman, Ultraman, Johnny
Owlman.
Quick. Owlman, Johnny Quick. And what's the Green Lantern guy called?
Power Ring.
Oh, yeah, Power Ring, isn't it? Yeah. And that's it, isn't it? There's a Martian Manhunter guy as well.
Yeah, but I think he's just called the Martian, I think.
Yeah. And he looks, like he doesn't wear like a suit or anything. He's like just he might be, is he a white Martian?
Yeah.
Or something, I can't remember. But yeah.
All I know is they're really badass. I like the Crime Syndicate. I think they're a really cool team, and they are not like pushovers. It's not like they're a weaker, dumber version of the Justice League. They literally are like just an evil version of the Justice League. Mm-hmm. They ruled their world. They were the authority of their world. No pun intended. So they ruled it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. However, I will say I don't think James Gunn, quote unquote, lied about anything. And I also want to point out that sometimes when
he didn't lie. He just yapped like this.
Yes. Yeah. But I will say that one of the issues I have with all of this debunking James Gunn stuff is, as much as I love it, there are times when you can't do it because it will essentially spoil something else. So like if there's two choices, like say for example, it's like it's Ultraman or it is this other person, and James Gunn says, well, it's not this other person, then that would spoil that it's Ultraman. You know what I mean? Like if he did like a 50-50 split debunk, then it would tell people what the other thing is, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. I've had too many of these gummies, so I'm trying to hold on here. But so I think he's getting to the point where he's tired of quote unquote spoiling stuff because he's giving away too much. There was also someone said, and this was probably the dumbest thing that I heard, that the picture we saw of Superman putting his boot on was actually Ultraman pretending to be Superman.
Oh yeah, that's just a fucking idiot on Twitter.
What if he's a member of the Authority? I forgot his name. The only character it would be Apollo, and I don't think because Apollo was the Superman type character in the Authority. I don't think that's who it would be.
No, they won't put this character in there.
And also making Apollo like an evil character would probably be not a good thing, honestly. Oh, here we go, Vamrock, right away. There we go. Nailed it. It's Cavill under the mask. What if they did that? Holy shit. What if they brought Cavill back to play an evil Superman?
That would be like...
I'm sure that'd be like... Yeah, I'm sure that would be a very...
I mean, they pulled us over with Calverine. I mean,
yeah, but that's completely different. That's
I wasn't expecting that.
I think if they did that with Henry Cavill, like, oh, by the way, you didn't want him back as Superman? Don't worry, he back as his deformed, fucked clone, who's not really Superman. I'm sure that would ease the tensions online.
Well, they would want him to win. If he were this version, they would be like, he should have beat Superman. Yeah, that's what they would say. That's what they would say.
Wow.
All right, let's we'll pull this down for a second, and we have a super chat from Lone Wolf, $2 super chat, and a team Eric Bimmer. Thank you so much. Who is Wonder Man? Never heard of this character. Wonder Man is a Marvel character. It's been around for a very long time. Pretty much the creator of the West Coast Avengers. They used his brain waves to create Vision. There's so many things that this character is tied to, but unfortunately he's kind of been the bastard child of Marvel because he's a powerful character, but they never use him for anything super important. So,
wasn't he like an actor though?
well, there's storylines where he has been, yes.
Okay, because with the actor, it kind of makes me.
He's also died and been brought back to life. There's a lot of stuff that's happened to him.
He kind of resembles Booster Gold in a way.
Well, that's kind of like almost. So I thought about this today. Hold on, let me finish one thought at a time. Okay, so yes, he is like Booster Gold. There's a lot of Marvel and DC characters that are similar to each other. And thank you for your super chat, Lone Wolf. I do appreciate it. We're going to talk about Wonder Man in a second. I had a thought and it just left my head. Hold on. Oh, okay. So the Flash is not really like Quicksilver. They're not similar because they don't hold the same positions in the comics. So for me, the Flash is one of the characters DC has that Marvel doesn't really have an equivalent for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, Paigey? Does that? Am I making
Y'all know what I'm saying?
What do you think?
Say that question again.
The Marvel doesn't really have an equivalent to the Flash. He's kind of a completely separate character from what Marvel does normally.
Yeah.
They were trying to say he's like Spider-Man, but I'm like, he's not. Just like DC doesn't really have a Spider-Man. Marvel doesn't really have a Flash, in my opinion. So, all right. What was I doing? Hold on. Was I chalking or dabbing? I can't remember.
Oh, microphone grabbing.
That part. I know what we can do. Let's go over all of the upcoming reported projects for the DCU. That would be fun.
What the fuck was I thinking about? I was thinking about something before. I was watching something. What was I watching? Can't remember now.
Basketball.
No, not like recently. Something like not like today. It was like a couple of days ago or something.
Makari, yes, there are characters with speedster powers in Marvel, but the Flash has a spot on the A-list team with Justice League. There's no Avenger that really fills the same spot for like the Flash.
And their roles and stuff like that and what they do.
And yes, Quicksilver is also a speedster, but I'm saying like they've never reached, like if you think about the Flash in DC, regardless of what iteration it is, whether it's Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West, Bart Allen, any of those. Most of them have participated in extremely iconic storylines, or they've been a major part of like stopping some massive super bad guy. The Marvel speedsters never really take part in that, and part of the reason why is the Speed Force. The Speed Force makes the Flash different from a normal speedster, and it takes them out of the element of just being fast, which I think is the difference between the speedsters in Marvel and the speedsters in DC. Yes, he's been an Avenger, but think about this. Is Quicksilver as popular a character in Marvel as the Flash is in DC? And the answer to that is no. I'm not saying that he's insignificant. I really like Quicksilver. But I think the Flash think about all the things the Flash has been a part of, from crisis events to dealing with, what is it? Who's the Superboy? What Earth is that? The Superboy Prime or whatever it is. What does he call him? I can't even think. I'm too drunk at this point. The Superboy that came from a real Earth that got powers, that was super powerful. I'm brain farting here. Is it Superboy Prime? Is that who it is? Am I remembering that right? Like stopping him and stuff like that. Like he's taking part in stuff like that. Quicksilver's never really taken part in anything like that.
Actually, that's what I was going to ask. You've popped into my head through the Superboy Prime thing. I saw this thing on Twitter and it stems from Agatha. And I thought it's actually really interesting because you see so much of it, and especially on the YouTube space, you see a lot of it. And it's non-comic fans pretending that they read the comics.
Yes, I see that a lot.
And you see it a lot with the MCU stuff. So I saw someone saying, like, without spoiling specifically the Agatha stuff, she gets like gray hair as a gray thing. And they said the iconic gray streak or something. And it's like, what's iconic about Agatha Harkness in the comics at all, let alone
nothing.
There's also something very niche. It was like one run in the comics or something where she shows up, she has this thing.
I also want to point out the same people that complained about her being young in the TV show when she's old in the comics are now complaining that they made her old in the TV show. It's like pick a lane. Which one is the problem?
But I thought it was an interesting thing because you see it and you see because like for me, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know half the stuff on Superman or Batman and stuff because I haven't read enough there. Some of it at all. Like Superman stuff, I've read like 2 runs, and that's it. It's like minimal, like smaller runs. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know fuck all about Superman as a whole, let alone something like Batman where I've read minimal runs or Wonder Woman or whatever it is. And even then, the characters that I like the most and stuff, I've probably only read like a quarter, or not even that, maybe like an eighth. Because there's characters there, like, and also because it started back in the 40s and stuff like that. And I'm not going back to read where it's like, gee, Willikers in the comics because I'm like, I don't care.
But the thing is, don't pretend that you know. That's the issue.
That's the issue. Is it pretending?
Like a second ago, I was like Superboy Prime, right? Like that's the one I'm remembering.
That's why
I'm not going to sit here and say it like I know 100% when I'm trying to think. Like, do I remember reading that? Yes, I do. You know what I mean?
And I'm not going to sit here like because that's the thing. You use you'll get someone that's a YouTuber or something, and or on Twitter, and they'll just Google it and pretend like they know it all and stuff like that. It's like, no, you don't. Just fucking say like that's that question. I could have easily Googled Superboy Prime and see if that was what you're talking about. It would take me 10 seconds to be able to answer it before you made yourself look like an ass. But
I did because I remembered right. I remembered correctly.
Well, I still don't know if you're right or not because I don't know. I don't know. I haven't Googled it tonight.
Confirmed in the chat. I know I'm right. I read the storyline. I remember it.
But I thought it was an interesting thing because I was like, well, I see that so much especially on the YouTube side of things, but also the Twitter side. It's people pretending to know, but then like damning people when they don't. It's like, bro, you Googled it 2 seconds ago. That's why you know.
But the other thing is, I think we've reached a point in like superhero media where there are people that love these superheroes that only watch the stuff that isn't.
But you know what? Well, not even that. I think if they just watch the movies, if they just watch the TV shows, that's fine. You don't have to pretend. Like, I think it's better off. Like, I think you'd be better off just enjoying the movie and then trying to jump into the comics now. Like, unless there's like a specific reboot or something, I say this is a jumping off point, which a lot of the times it isn't. It's just so they can sell comics. But like, let's be honest, like with the last
because number one sell better than anything else. That's the reason why.
They're always the biggest ones. And then,
after a year, they're like, let's start over, do another number one.
Well, that was literally Marvel's business scheme or business plan for like the past 10 years.
And it worked because they made so much money from it.
Wasn't it like Captain Marvel was like one of the most highest earning, but it was the lowest selling? It was like on average of the lowest selling.
Because right. So long term, it wouldn't keep people reading it, but then they reboot it and everybody would go back to it again and pick up that first issue.
In the space of I think it was 2 years, she had 3 runs or something. It's like, what? How can you have 3 number ones? And it wasn't like an offshoot. Like it was Captain Marvel, and then like the Marvels. It was the straight Captain Marvel.
Right.
It was like mental.
So I was thinking about the equivalent of the Flash, and I was reading on Googling like PG kind of like basically called it out.
Am I the only one that can't hear 3Dub properly? It sounds like he's
what's going on 3Dub?
I don't know. Is
there you go. No, you're good now.
Away from your mic.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was reading online about what would be the equivalent of the Flash, and they hinted at like Ghost Rider because of the how he draws power from another dimension.
That's actually a abstract correct point. I agree with that. Like that's a really interesting way to look at it. My only argument against that would be that Ghost Rider isn't a regular member of their flagship team, which is the Avengers. But he's been a part of a lot of iconic teams over the years. And I love Ghost Rider. But yeah, you're right. I think that would be a proper like comparison because both of them are powered by like some supernatural force. And it makes them more powerful than just average superheroes. So, all right, we did have another super chat, and this is a $10 super chat. So that means 2 more gummies. You guys, we're not even an hour in yet, and I'm already like having a moment. Okay. So the $10 super chat says the crime syndicate can literally be the big bads for the first chapter. I wish they could. I wish they would do that. I hope they don't waste them like Ultron. Ultron could be a whole saga to build up to. I also agree. I think Ultron could have been a lot bigger. Although, because I am a Marvel shill, I will say that I did not mind the second Avengers movie. I thought it was okay. I just think they should have done a little more building up to Ultron. Outside of that, I thought the movie was okay. But I know a lot of people say that's the weakest Avengers movie. Is that the weakest Avengers movie? Age of Ultron? Is it? because we've had 4 of them. So we had the first Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Though the Age of Ultron feels like a step up from Avengers in a way, but at the same with the level of threatness, I guess.
This one's like super slimy. Oh, it's banana. Oh, gross. Gross. I didn't even know they made banana flavored gummies. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I realized it was banana. Oh, gross. It's like that really, it's almost like the Nerds banana. Have you ever had that? It's so bad. Oh my God.
Well, everyone enjoyed that clip after the stream. You can get that. It's so slimy. Oh my God, it's banana. There you go. Enjoy that clip after the.
Reminds me of that little tune that.
Oh my God.
Venom was singing when he was going in the office of Spider-Man 3.
Oh, this is not good. Oh my God, that's the worst thing that's worse than the pink. Is there any more of those? I think there's one more yellow. I'm going to save that as my last one for the next one I do. All right. Thank you for the super
water
chat.
Somewhere.
I've got sweet tea in front of me. I'm going to have that right after this, but I have to do another one because he did a $10 super chat. Look at low water mark. You guys are the best. Oh my gosh. Oh,
are you talking about the name game? The Eric, Boberic, Banana, Fana, Foferic.
Yep, that one.
Eric.
All right. Here we go. This is what we got coming out. These are reported projects. So some of these are not confirmed, but they're reported. So we have obviously Superman. We have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Let's do films first. The Authority, which by the way, the Woman, yeah, the Woman, Woman, the woke Woman of Tomorrow. The Authority, which I don't think that's going to be the third movie.
No,
I feel like that's going to be moved around.
Yeah, they'll do something else. But then again, he said like there's on average it's going to be like two. I think he said 2 movies a year. I don't think it's 2 projects. I think 2 projects is too little.
I think 2 movies and a couple of TV shows is good, in my opinion.
Yeah, like have a movie in like the middle of the year around summer, and then a movie like either really early or really late.
Wait, since when is Batman 3 in now?
Those are unclear or elsewhere projects. They're things that we're not sure.
Matt Reeves said it's a trilogy of movies.
Yeah, we know it's coming. We just don't know when. Okay, The Brave and the Bold. I feel like that might get bumped up to the 3rd movie.
Well, I feel like they do Brave and the Bold before Teen Titans, but then again, they might. We don't know if Teen Titans is going to be in the present day or it's going to be 15 years ago. Like they might do that then.
Swamp Thing.
I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Wait, you aren't looking forward to Swamp Thing?
I'm really looking forward to this one.
Okay, so I'm gonna just be honest about it. The Swamp Thing TV show was so good. I mean, the movie's got a lot to live up to because the show was fucking great.
If they can do even better than the TV show, I'm all in.
The Swamp Thing show. I mean, if they would have had the proper budget, I can only that to me, outside of Stargirl, was the best thing from the DC app, in my opinion. I think it was better than Titans. I know that's probably people aren't going to agree with me. Paige, do you agree with that or no?
Say that again.
I think Swamp Thing and Stargirl were the best things on the DC app. I think it was better than Titans.
Oh, by far. Swamp Thing just felt weird because it didn't have a proper ending. It was clearly setting up a season 2.
Yeah. Teen Titans, which we talked about that a little bit last week. What we think about that. And Bane and Deathstroke, which I'm still kind of freaked out by that movie.
But is that even confirmed as a mainline DCU? I thought that was just it's under DC Studios, but it's Elseworlds.
So you don't think it's going to be connected to?
Well, they didn't confirm it. I don't think Gunn confirmed it. He just said it's under DC Studios.
Live action or anime?
But so is Jurassic League and so is Dynamic Duo. They're both DC Studios films, but they're not in the main DCU timeline.
Right.
Or universe.
Is Bane and Deathstroke live action or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's hentai.
That would be hilarious.
That's just what I want to see: a Dane and Deathstroke.
He's so drunk.
Dane and breaststroke.
Now you talk like me, like last stream.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the TV shows. So we have Creature Commandos, which is Paige's most anticipated TV show of the year.
Still haven't watched a second of The Penguin. By the way,
Neither have I.
Watched Creature Commandos before. Penguin.
Peacemaker season 2, The Lantern Show, which didn't they do a casting for someone in Lanterns just today?
Or supporting characters. Well, one was confirmed, the others.
There's 3, right? Reported. 3 casting.
2 of them were reported. One of them's confirmed, I think.
Okay, nobody important though, right? Like no major characters.
No, they're just all supporting characters, unless they got hidden names and stuff. But
okay, we have the Waller Show, which
American Waller.
I don't want to like sit around and go, oh, well, nobody wants to see that, because I think Marvel's done a lot of like niche things too, and that might be really good. What are your hopes for that, Paige?
My worry is that a lot of these shows are slow. That's my worry. Because a lot of people are going to be watching these shows that normally wouldn't watch TV.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, I see so many people and they're just, or the shows that they watch, they're like the cliche shows, but they're not used to like a normal TV show and how it functions. So that's my only worry about if it's slow. Like we look at Agatha, for example, that was really slow out of the gates, and I see like a lot of these shows being the same thing. It's based off the settings at the very least. Like I'm talking about like Lanterns and Waller and stuff like that. Like I'm surprised they're doing Waller because they have Peacemaker season 2. I thought they would have just continued it in that, but maybe it is so, or they want it to be so separated where like really there's no interaction with that except for the daughter.
You know, I feel like the TV side is a little weird, in my opinion, more weird than the movie side, because it feels like a lot of James Gunn like specific stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'd assume
half of those projects look like they are passion projects for James Gunn.
Yeah, like it's one of those things you have to wait and see, because like James Gunn has worked really well with niche stuff that really people don't have expectations with. And I think that's why Superman's going to be a great indicator, because people have expectations with either how good a Superman film should be or what Superman should be as a character or supporting characters around that and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's probably a good indicator, because this is the first movie he's done where I think people are going in with like legitimate expectations. Sure, Guardians 3 was there, Guardians 2 was there after the first Guardians and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still a Guardians movie that's completely separating and just stand on its own. He can do whatever he wants in that. With Superman, sure, he's the creative producer or creative head of this universe, and he's obviously wrote and directed. It's still got to shape whatever this world's going to be to an extent. And it's whether people vibe with that or not. I think it's going to be fine, but I know a lot of people are sort of concerned around that.
My worry is there are going to be like huge gaps between each project of when we're going to see the character again. Like, for instance, Superman. I don't see him coming back in 2 years for Superman 2.
I think it depends. I think it depends like how it crosses over with like the animation and stuff. And that's probably the issue when you start a universe and you have 14 projects already there before one even comes out. Like the DCU got incredibly criticized for having, was it 8 to 10? I think it was projects lined up after Man of Steel had come out and as just before Batman v Superman was going to come out. So the universe had already started to an extent. So, you know, it's one of those things you have to wait and see. Like, but also you can plan as well as you want to. It just depends how people receive it. Because Superman could be well received, but then all of a sudden Supergirl's not well received, or it doesn't perform well at the box office. And God knows how the Authority is going to go. Because at the end of the day, you can make the movie as good as you want to be. The Authority movie can be the best movie out of these, or best project out of these 14 at the top there, but it can make $2.
I'm excited for the Authority, but I just don't understand how it's going
to be honest. I couldn't give a fuck about it. I don't care about I don't know anything about them, so I have literally no care going into it.
I actually really like their run, but I also read the Stormwatch comic, so I kind of know the storyline, but I don't see how the Authority in this world doesn't make any sense to me. And I feel like if you're going to adapt that storyline, you might as well go harder with what the original storyline was.
Well, I'd assume that that's where Superman's probably going to either put your concerns at ease or dial them up to 11.
Okay,
based on what they set up there.
So I'm not going to tell the whole story. It's a lot, but the Authority is a superhero team built out of the scraps of another superhero team, and there's stories in the Authority that are connected to that previous team that they had that leads into the new characters coming in and taking their place, filling in the void of those characters that were no longer part of that team. And then there's a storyline called Superman and the Authority, which takes place when Superman's older and isn't as powerful. So that's definitely not the storyline they're telling. So that's why I'm concerned. I'm I don't know which one of these stories they're going to try and adapt, or if they're going to adapt any of them.
I think they might they'll probably just take the concept of the Authority and make a story around it. They probably won't try and adapt anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if J.J. Abrams' Superman movie is going to morph into Superman 2.
No, it'll get canceled.
No, wasn't that going to be was that the Black Superman movie?
That was Michael B. Jordan.
No, I thought there was two of them.
Yeah, this is the Ta-Nehisi Coates one, the one where it's Black Clark Kent. It wasn't Val-Zod. Michael Jordan was Val-Zod. This is Black Clark Kent.
Which made no sense to me, honestly. You know me, I am. Paige likes to say I'm super woke, right? So I have no issue. Ultra woke. I have no issue with any of the swaps they want to do as long as it makes sense of the story. I don't see any benefit story-wise in doing a Black Clark Kent when you have other Black Supermen that already have, in my opinion, more interesting stories. Especially Val-Zod. It just it seemed really silly to me, and that's one of those things that the grifter tube channels or whatever would have ran with, because they're going to just go off on it. And I was are they just is the studio at this point trying to stir up negative criticism? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, we have also the Paradise Lost show, which is the Mascara Wonder Woman series. What do we know about that so far? Is there any info about that one?
It's just a prequel show, I guess.
I kind of do hope that's going to introduce a young Dinah. It doesn't have to be a Dinah.
I would much prefer a story about Icon, because there's so
Icon's
much
cool as well. He's got different powers. They're similar, but they're also different. And his backstory is interesting.
And Turbo is also cool as well. They could definitely do.
Well, I'm surprised because remember there was that whole thing where Icon, and I know it got to happen because then they changed. James Gunn came in and took over with Peter Safran, but they were going to make Static. They were going to do Icon, whatever other movies they're going to do. Yeah. They say it's Game of Thrones, the Amazons, but that's probably the elevator pitch, and the show's probably going to be. I don't know if the similarities will be there. I think an interesting thing you can do with Paradise Lost, if it's very much deals with the gods and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's contained within Themyscira, if that works. I don't know. Could you have Zeus in there? Could you have Artemis and stuff?
Yeah. Booster Gold is still one of those things where James Gunn will not confirm or deny any castings on it. What do you think? So I want to hear this. Do we think that the casting rumors are fake, or is he just not ready to announce it? What do you think it is?
I think they're real, but I do wonder if everyone going, this is fucking shit, has made him go, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't cast my mate as Booster Gold.
Yeah.
I think he basically said until the script's finished, we're not casting anyone. So is the script finished?
For Booster Gold?
Well, it changed. They changed the people that were doing it. They brought in people to write it, and I think they changed it.
So it's probably they probably don't have anyone as Booster Gold right now.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm wondering if he cast someone, then the script thing went sideways, and now he's going to recast the role. I wonder if that's what's going to happen. And then we have Blue Beetle animated, which What is that going to be?
Xola's supposed to be voicing him.
I'd assume it's going to be very much standing on its own, like a lose, pretty much like the movie, I guess. But they might be able to get like, I don't know, someone in that's going to be in the main universe. I don't know who, to maybe like someone like one of the people that's in the Superman, like Mr. Terrific, maybe, and he's in it or something like that in like one episode.
Well, I think this might be shots fired at 3Dub or even Pagey. Maybe Pagey. I don't think James Gunn cares about Twitter's negative opinions.
Well, he seems to take in a lot of social media opinions, so it'd be weird if he
debunks them all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the rumored things, and then we'll move on to another subject. But we know Batman 2 is happening.
Well, not rumored. I think they're ones that have been announced that are in development, but they don't have a place.
Yeah.
So obviously the Batman ones do.
What is the untitled Batman Saga series? What is that?
That's the one that the Arkham Asylum one got canceled, but they said there's another one still being made.
Okay. Do we have any theories on what it is?
So is Batman Saga mean like within the universe?
Within the Batman universe, yes.
Okay. I until I know what the untitled part is, I'm going to hold my like opinion about it.
Do we have Pagey, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say like the Arkham Asylum one. I feel like they might just go back to the drawing board there, because I think that only ended development because the guy. So I think they might go back.
Warm in the room.
DJ is hammered.
Not hammered, but definitely feeling it. Jurassic League, which I'm not looking forward to that at all. I know that was a really well received comic book storyline. I'd assume it's that's just like a kids movie, like that Cars, the DC car show. Why you should on the car review and flip the car and stuff. We already talked about J.J. Abrams Superman movie. What are you gonna say, 3Dub?
Oh, what if the untitled Batman Saga series is supposed to introduce a new like villain to like basically like Penguin, but with a different character? Like it introduces something that we haven't seen before.
I don't think they'd do a show that's introducing a character. They'd probably it's stem from whatever.
Well, I mean, like we know the character, but they're introducing it within the like Poison Ivy, for instance.
No, but I mean, like I don't think they would do one unless the character was in the first Batman or the second Batman, like the Penguin was.
Right. Constantine 2. Is that still a thing? Or they?
Yeah,
I couldn't give 4 fucks about it. I couldn't give 1 fuck about it.
You know, this was announced when DC was on fire, and now that we've got like a proper like path, it feels like it doesn't belong in the lineup. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
How does something not be an Elseworlds project?
Like, it's part of the main DCU. It's one of the James Gunn things.
It's supposed to be?
Nothing in that bottom box is confirmed to be part of the main storylines. So that's why. If James Gunn says it's not part of the DCU, then it's just a separate thing by itself.
Eric, I was sitting there last night. Not last night. Sorry, a couple of nights ago. And like, do you ever just sit there and think like, "Fuck, can't get to sleep. Let me have a think." Just about whatever, whether it's aliens or whether it's how many eggs do I have left in the fridge? Whatever it is. I was sitting there thinking like, obviously there's things like, how does Twitter react? Because Twitter's obviously 95% idiots, but just the general world, Superman comes out, it doesn't do well. Critically, it's got a 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever. Move on from that. Hits theaters, doesn't do well. What happens? I was thinking about the other day, and I was thinking,
do you think like 90% of these things get canceled if they're not already?
My biggest concern with all of this, well, maybe not the bottom stuff because it's standalone, but I guess the top stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it as a whole. There's things like the Authority I don't really care about. Creature Commandos don't really care about.
Yeah.
Bane and Deathstroke, whatever. Blue Beetle animated, whatever. Waller, probably wait and see what happens at Peacemaker season 2 potentially to see if I'm excited for that. But I am worried that all of this will be in vain, and we're going to end up at square one, but in a worse spot with DC to the point where they just can't do a connected universe. It's failed. It's failed.
And then it's just Batman for the end of time, basically.
Well, it's just Batman trilogy after they just do, hey, Nolan, come do it. Or not Nolan, but, there's the Reeves trilogy. Oh, come in, whoever it is next, hot director, come do another trilogy or just a single movie. And then they'll do like, okay, we can come do a Superman movie now, but let's make it all edgy or whatever it is. They just, it comes in like that. And that's the rotation, which to be honest, I wouldn't be against that if that's where we end up. Obviously, I prefer a connected thing, but if it ends up where we just get these solo things and just if someone comes in with a good idea, they make it, whether it is Batman, whether it's Superman, whether it's the Flash, whether it's Green Arrow, whether it's whatever, whether it's potentially Green Lantern, and like whatever it is, if we end up in that situation, I'm fine with that. If this is what ends up happening anyway, if that's like the solution, I'll be fine with it. But I am worried about this just being all for nothing because I don't trust the quote unquote fans to support everything. So, and even though I'm not excited, like I'm not looking forward to those things I said before, I'm still going to watch them.
Yeah, of course.
I'm still going to watch them.
Look, for me, okay, so we've got, 7 DC things in the film side, right? The Superman, Supergirl Authority, Batman movie, Swamp Thing, Teen Titans, Bane and Deathstroke.
Well, Bane, Deathstroke question mark because I feel like they didn't actually confirm it was
okay. But regardless, though, that's a slot for a potential title in this section over here. For me, what that slate would look like, in my opinion, and chat, you can roast me if you want because I know people are going to disagree.
Please, chat, please roast him.
But I would love, like, if it looked something like this, where it was Superman, Supergirl, Green Lanterns, then like a Batman family movie, Wonder Woman movie, Flash movie, and then a Justice League movie. That would be what I would want to see, personally.
Yeah. Well, that's a safe beginning. And the thing I can respect James Gunn and give his kudos is that he has risks here. Like, Authority is a risk. Swamp Thing is a risk in the day.
Omega has showed up, has arrived, for everybody that keeps asking for you.
Well, we're talking about hentai before.
Yeah, we were talking about hentai. That's true.
Really?
Yeah. Too late, though.
Normally, I'm at work around this time, but I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
Oh, all right. Well, sorry to hear that. Are you celebrating Halloween, or are you just working for Starfleet now?
I'm any excuse to wear this thing. All right.
You were homesick, and
I just kind of woke up. I was like, you know what? Let me see what y'all doing.
Wait, who's the blue one?
Blue is it depends on which series you're looking at. Are you talking about Blue Star?
Okay, I thought they were like the Wiggles or something. Like
no. Each color is a division of Starfleet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought like a specific character will like.
And Next Generation, which this uniform is from, red is command, yellow is security and engineering, blue is medical and science.
Ah, okay. I thought that.
And red also means you get killed first on almost every iteration of Star Trek.
Well, in the original series, yes. In original series, red was and
yellow was or gold was command. Yeah, gold was command. So.
Green was catchy captain.
Yeah. So anyway, saw green. All right, so we're gonna move on from this topic, and I want to finish off the poll up here about Ultraman's costume. In the poll, and see what it says here. So 58% of our viewers say they don't like the Ultraman suit. So there we go. They have spoken. James Gunn, it's on you now. It is on you.
That reminds me of Mandalorian. I have spoken.
All right. I'm removing that while I find the next topic because Twitter is wild and there could literally be anything on those tabs. So,
what was the thing I sent you the other day? Oh, that dude that did his shopping.
What?
That picture, the tweet I sent you of the dude that was like, "Oh, this is what $200 of groceries looks like."
Oh, yeah. All right, so
if I show that on stream, the stream would be 100%.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that because that would definitely
add something phallic in there.
Yes, 100%. Okay. Now, I know that I've seen the movie. I don't know if Freedom has seen Venom: The Last Dance or not. I'm pretty sure that Omega, unless he's watched it online, has not seen it yet.
What?
Venom: The Last
Venom
Dance,
3.
third Venom movie.
Oh, nah. I
Right.
don't care about Venom outside of Spider-Man.
Okay, so I want to just put this out there that financially, you better not be sharing what I think you're sharing, Paige.
It's not gonna get the stranger monetized at all. It's just funny. Something I sent Eric.
Should we look at it before we start talking about Venom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. The guy
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Venom booth. I saw that one.
Yeah, actually, my sister and I voted earlier today.
I thought you were gonna say you went and did this. Like,
I
this is
mean,
it.
look, they had to at least let me finish voting before they kicked me out.
Oh, I just realized lucky there was nothing sus in the comments on the side there.
Oh well, luckily, yeah. Don't get us in trouble. Anyway, all right. So, Venom: The Last Dance is not performing well domestically, and I'm not even sure if internationally it's what they wanted or what they expected. But we are closing in on like the halfway point of its theatrical run, and it's only done 184 worldwide. What would you say this movie cost with production and advertising, Paigey? Like if you had to guess.
Oh. I mean, there's the Jizz Pizza. I don't know how much that was.
What?
What happened there?
The Venom Jizz Pizza. You didn't
Oh
see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
There was
But
that
maybe
rap
that-
thing.
That was only in Australia. There was the Megan Thee Stallion thing. There was like a TikTok thing.
So you would say like what, 250 to 300 probably.
I think probably the budget for the movie is probably like around 150. I'd say. I don't think it would have been more than that. I don't know, unless I did reshoots.
But I'm talking about with advertising is what I'm saying.
Yeah, with advertising, it's probably like 250. I'd say.
Because it's kind of a rule of thumb that the advertising budget can be about half of the cost of the production budget. So again, we're spitballing here. Let me click and see if this goes down. So the budget was 120. So I would say 200 maybe on the high end. Does that sound about right? 200 to 250 probably total. So and that's giving them a little bit of like wiggle room here. So the movie worldwide has made 180. I would say in today's filming climate where you're talking about these big budget movies, what Hollywood would really love is to get back all of the production budget on domestic sales.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the international numbers, that's great, but they want to get that production budget back on domestic, and they're halfway there now. And we're 2 weeks in with this movie at this point. So unless they get a bump this weekend, that's it. That's it. The movie's done. And they'll probably rush it out to streaming at that point. This doesn't bode well for Craven, in my opinion, personally. Because I think Craven's going to receive some sort of negativity from being connected to this, the Sony Spider-Verse with everything else that's been going on. And
so.
I want to take a look here just because I know people are going to ask. Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
Right now-
my God.
Right now, the critic score is 39%, but the popcorn meter is
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess the audiences like it, I guess, because they don't know anything about Spider-Man or Venom.
Well,
or the
I
comics in
believe
general, but whatever.
you're right, Omega, but I believe that that's probably why the movies have gotten a pass. I think a lot of people
Mhm.
that went and saw the first movie, the fans that love Venom probably thought, I'm definitely not going to see the second one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to do it. But then there was a lot of people that don't really know a lot about Venom. They just think he's a cool looking character. They saw the movie, they
Yeah.
like Tom Hardy, and they're like, we're going to go support it again.
Yeah, they're
And
like,
here they are
okay,
for
it's
the
a
third
cool
movie.
comic movie, whatever. I'll go see it. This is
Yeah.
fun. Which, I mean, that's fine. I guess. I mean, if you
But
like the movie, you like the movie, but
But I'm going to say I'm just glad this is over. I'm glad this trilogy is over because I'd like to see
Yeah.
them do something else with Venom. After seeing this movie and 3Dub, I don't know if you feel the same way as I do, but it felt like they were just doing some of the same stuff they've done in the other two movies with Eddie and Venom. It was very much the banter stuff, all of that between them, and it just
Yeah.
felt like the same stuff to me.
Yeah, in the way, but they also didn't like fully copy themselves.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of banter, but it was still banter.
I just wanted more from the movie. I felt like this was their final movie. They could have done so much, and they just didn't.
I would say like for me, the start was slow. The middle was kind of like, what the fuck are they doing? And then, and the end part was the hype.
Yeah, I guess. What is it? There's also a big movement now. People say that Sony should sell Spider-Man back to Marvel, like all the
100%
production stuff.
They should, but is it? I mean, is that really going to happen? I mean, like,
the only way for it to happen is if they failed to release a Spider-Man project within 5 years.
Well, yeah, that. No. Well, I was kind of thinking along the lines of, did this movie really make money? Is it making money for Sony? And that, even if it isn't, the value of that license alone is kind of going to make them think twice about selling it.
I'm going to start a poll in the chat. And there we go. I got into a back and forth with somebody on Twitter, of course, of all places.
I saw that too.
About this. And they were upset because they thought having Spider-Man back at Marvel would be a monopoly on these properties. And I'm like, Spider-Man belongs to Marvel. It's their character. Also,
the only reason Marvel sold them off to begin with was because they were damn near bankrupt back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
They belonged to Marvel to begin with.
Yeah.
They were already theirs. What do you mean it's a monopoly?
And the Sony live action Spider-Man films are Marvel productions. They're basically creatively controlled by Marvel.
And wasn't there a lawsuit that was going on about trying to make Spider-Man and a few other Marvel characters to where they have to pay the rights to the owner to produce the films?
What do you mean?
Like, there was some sort of dispute with Stanley thing where basically they
oh, you're talking about the trademark on the
character.
Yeah, that's
they wanted
that's all been settled. There's no more
okay
on that. So what do you think, Paige? Should Marvel just get back all the Spider-Man stuff or not? How do you feel about it?
I mean, no. I mean, you'd be stupid. Like, if someone was like, if you had shares in a certain company, even if that company was a bit like maybe weren't doing the best thing, but like there was value there, or that, like if they're making money, like it's worth it keeping the Spider-Man thing just for whatever the MCU does with the character. Even if there's a movie like once every 5 years, it's 100% worth it to them, especially when it comes to not just the movies themselves, but then also like all the at-home stuff, like all the digital media and stuff that people buy and stuff.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man and Batman are the two ones specifically where probably like the physical media stuff sells pretty well, and also people buy it at home on like iTunes or whatever, or like Apple Store and stuff like that. So like, yeah, and then if they like burn some money with like things like Venom and whatever, they're probably not making that much of a loss. Like I think the only one which was probably like a decent loss was Madam Web. I think a lot of them end up breaking even or sometimes making money. Like obviously now with like if Craven fucks up and doesn't do well, maybe they might have to go hold on, wait a minute, foot on the brakes, and just see where things are going. But then again, they have that Spider-Man Noir series that's coming out, and maybe they might think, hey, TV's where we can like fill in the gap there, and like there's a market there, especially if they can sell stuff. Because I think, is that meant to go on Prime? That one?
Yeah, I believe so. Matter of fact, while we're looking at this, I'm going to pull up.
I know Sony has a thing with Prime, not the drink, but Amazon Prime, because like The Boys is done by Sony TV as well.
But yeah, just like I was saying, it's like the value, the property itself probably holds lots of value. So I don't think Sony's going to sell. I hope they do, but I don't think they are.
Did Marvel have any like input with the Spider-Man films? Like,
they had creative control over them.
Okay,
they were
so
all the storylines and all of that were from.
They were like Sony's like, we will fund it.
Yeah,
you write it, you create it, we'll give you the money.
So that should be the like business model for Sony right now, because they're looking at Marvel and they're getting success with those films. They should have this same business input for all of their Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's also relying that the MCU wants a Madam Web film in their cinematic universe. And they're probably like, well, no, we don't really want that.
I guarantee you, Madam Web would have been so much better if Marvel had an input.
Well, Madam Web wouldn't have been the convoluted mess that it was. That's the thing, is that Madam Web.
Yeah, there was Spider-Man references in the movie that then got taken out and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because they could have actually connected Madam Web to Spider-Man, and that would have made sense instead of what it was. So these are the set photos. A couple of set photos of Spider-Man Noir. I'm going to assume this is going to be some sort of a flashback, or maybe not. I don't know. But this is the Nicolas Cage series. We looked at some stuff a couple weeks ago from this. What do we think of this suit? Is the suit good? Not good? Here's another shot of it here.
Man, it looks like a suit that someone in the 50s would have. I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
it looks very 50s. I mean, I don't think it looks bad. It just looks plain. Maybe in different lighting, and once they get the post effects on there, it'll look better.
It looks, you know why it's weird? Because it's a character that's noir. I'd assume that this show is going to be in black and white as well.
I think it is, yeah.
So it's going to look different than these set photos. So I assume it's going to be black and white. Just like I said. It would be really cool if they did it in like a Sin City style. Or remember that movie?
Ooh, I would fucking love, Sin City style.
Yeah,
that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
what's the other movie?
After Effects and post.
Are you talking about like the Robert Rodriguez movies?
No, what's that movie?
The Shadow. Yeah, I think it's the Shadow.
The one. Yeah, like that style, like black and white, but it's got like some like weird sort of like effect on it and stuff like that. But I think that would be interesting. Maybe be a bit too much just because this is moving. So it's like a Spider-Man, so it might be too fast and stuff. But I think you have to wait and see what it's like in black and white, obviously, because that'll be the deciding factor. I highly doubt this is going to be in color.
I'm extremely glad that I was basically right that they were going to put a suit on him.
I don't, but we don't know how much of this is going to be in the show.
Well, I mean, like it's there. That's my.
Yeah. So,
but we don't know, like, because was it? Because you could tell where the time period was with the, when you saw the Nicholas, which is like Nicolas Cage, like kneeling down or something.
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Let me look it up quickly. The 1930s is when it takes place.
Yeah, so this scene. Oh, so the actual just like current day shows 1930s, which would you'd have to suggest that this means that this isn't a flashback, that this is present day as well, based off the car and everything.
I mean, we could, but I'm wondering if it's going to be like him as a detective, and then when he's doing stuff, we get these flashbacks to him as a superhero. That was my
maybe it's connected to something that he could have stopped back in the day and chose not to, or whatever.
Yeah, because we don't know how long he's been quote unquote retired from being Spider-Man. I mean, it could have been 10 years. We don't know, 5 years. We have no idea.
Yeah,
maybe he gave up being Spider-Man 3 years ago. You know, we have no clue. But I will say I'm a little bit less stressed out about it now because at least it looks like they're going to have some sort of Spider-Man type action in the movie.
Yeah,
which was one of the things I was worried about.
I wonder if the wires that he's holding on to is actually webs. Like they're going to be webs.
Oh, you mean the stunt wires or whatever?
Yeah, the stunt wires that he's holding on to.
Maybe that would be cool.
Because it's probably a safety thing and also webs.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to do something now that's probably going to get chopped out. So if you're watching this on playback, I apologize. But anyway, this is the promo reel for Marvel's 2025.
Oh,
and
never mind.
What?
I thought you said it's going to get chopped out. I was like, oh yeah, everybody get saucy up here. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, no. So this is the reel for 2025 Disney. I think it's just Disney Plus. I think it is Disney Plus. Because we know the movies that are coming out next year, but none of that is in this. This is just the TV side. So, or the streaming side. So let's watch this and we'll give our thoughts on it because I was actually pretty excited about some of this. It looks a lot better than I expected. So let's go. If it'll play, it's Twitter. So
you sure it's not going to be some like,
hold on,
something illicit?
No, it's Twitter being Twitter.
Okay.
Hold
I see Grums is trending. Gross.
on. Yeah, because he lied about some shit.
Mine's oh my
Big
god!
surprise!
Hold
Yeah,
on. I might have the nightmare fuel one. Here's my trending: Diddy, the Rizzler,
Oh god.
Oompa Loompa,
Ugh.
projection.
I have
Okay.
Grums, Whoppers, Michael Wolf. I have no
Whoppers
idea.
is probably the what is it, the Venom Whoppers or something, most likely.
Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, it's the Venom Whopper.
All right, let's try this again. Here we go.
It's gonna get good.
Actually, let me stop the music before we get into this. I'll pause it. All right. Let's start over. All right.
It's gonna get good.
Spend some time.
This looks so good.
You've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
I wonder if your darker half would agree.
Oh my god.
Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you? A really good one.
Miss me.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I want to build something undeniable.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life.
Okay.
I'm pretty impressed with the graphics on this.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Then again, I'm a sucker for mechs.
For an adventure.
The battle they will sing about for ages.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
I was born to play this character.
Ugh.
Have a lot riding on this.
They keep bringing him back.
Mess this up. I know.
I am.
He's like Wong.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
We have a long road ahead of us. Much to do.
Oh my God!
So I have to say, this is a pretty impressive 2025 on their streaming side.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Except for Ironheart.
I think Ironheart looks good on what I saw.
I was because at first I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have too high hopes for it, but after seeing that, it actually looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, well,
This-
they've had the extra time to, I guess, make it look a bit more polished. Because, like,
Can you
obviously,
imagine
like,
how bad it would look if they took all this time pushing it back and it just came out looking like shit? That we
Well,
get-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
mainly because
especially
the
at least
mech that
the
they had in
FX.
Wakanda Forever didn't look great.
I
was like,
hated that
don't
one.
know.
I
I
hated
didn't like
that
that
one.
at all. I was like, I don't know. Now that I've seen the mech here, okay, that looks kind of cool.
So let's go through. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and lower this here because I think there's the list here. Okay, so this is what's coming out. I just want to get everybody's thoughts on it. Huh? What? What did you say?
just lucky that there's nothing behind that video.
Oh, well, I hope not. It was the tweet from Discussing Film.
Oh, man.
Okay, so we're getting What If Season 3 on December 22nd. They did something similar with Season 2.
Wait, that's
I
coming out
like-
this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
I always liked What If. I know a lot of people.
I like
didn't
it
care for
too.
the second
It's-
one. I
Well, I was
like
gonna
it.
say because it only feels like it was like not too long ago that they dropped season 2.
Yeah.
That was a while.
They're
back
saying
when
that
we
this
got
is
it.
the final season of What If, which is weird because it's literally
Okay.
a series that you could make
I think it
forever.
doesn't-
That could go on forever. It's like
I'm
they could
assuming
do-
it's maybe
What
not-
If.
I'm assuming, does it perform well? Like, is it worth the animation and stuff like that? To
I have no clue. The animation, look, I think if you compare like the animated stuff, like X-Men 97 had amazing animation. I think What If is pretty good. I think it got better in season 2, but I think it's a very lazy animation style, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
I wouldn't
the
disagree.
animation or whatever.
Okay, then we had the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which that animation actually looked pretty cool from what I saw in the shot there. It's very like almost sketchy looking, like something you would see in like a sketchbook.
Well, it looks
I
like
think
they're
it's
doing like almost like what Spider-Verse does, where it skips a frame.
Yeah. Which makes it look more 3D in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm excited
like-
for that, but
Like
I don't
borderline
think it's
stop motion or something like that.
Yeah, but I think so. I think Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is going to be Marvel's answer to My Adventures with Superman. I think it's going to be an updated like story about Peter getting his powers, like now in 2024 or 2023, whenever they wrote it, which is very similar to how My Adventures with Superman works. It's a more of a modern, like you get your powers and then they become these characters right away. And then we get Daredevil Born Again. Which
I am super hyped for this one.
Fucking crazy good.
Yeah, the Netflix Daredevil was so good.
I am going back. I think we talked about it. We're going to go back and watch like all of the Daredevil seasons again. And we're going to watch the Defender series, which is basically Daredevil 2.5. But I'm super hyped for this. It looks good. We're getting hour-long episodes. We're getting 10 of them. It feels dark and gritty. It looks polished. All of our favorite characters are back in it. I'm really excited for it. And I think what's going to happen is if this performs well, they might bring back some of the other Netflix shows. I think it kind of hinges on this.
I don't know if they'd bring back the shows, but they'd probably definitely bring back the characters.
So you don't think we would get like a Luke Cage series, or
they might do Luke Cage, but they probably have to look at like they'd have the analytics and stuff.
Actually, I was just shoot. I gotta find that tweet now.
I know you're dying for Iron Fist to come back because I know you love dying.
I just was thinking.
I like Iron Fist the later seasons, but
I liked season 2. I did not like season
Eric
1.
Loves season 1. Scott
it would be kind of funny if Iron Fist actually happens after Secret Wars, to where they can change his face.
Yeah, Heroes for Hire is probably one where I could see them doing it, especially if
they could bring back both characters in one show, which I think would be.
And I think Jessica Jones is the one where I'm like, I don't think they bring her back as a show because they wrapped up her character in regards to a solo show fairly well.
Right.
You can easily have the character show up, and
they could have her show up on a Heroes for Hire season. They could bring her into that.
Might need a bit of extra help. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh yeah, I got something right here.
Oh God, is this going to get us in trouble?
No, it's not going to get you in trouble.
Is it the dude with the pants down and the?
Luke Cage for Mayor.
Yeah, and it's like this is who he should be running against. And I was like, oh, this.
Yeah.
Well, will be interesting.
My only issue with that is if this is going to be a continuation of the. What just happened?
Omega he must have tried to click off his tab and clicked himself out. I almost did it before.
Right. Come back, Omega. There he is. All right.
I mean, do that.
What? Oh yeah, I was like, wait a minute. The only thing is would make sense with that is, spoiler alert, the way Luke Cage season 2 ended, it set him up as like a gang lord of Harlem. So
but the thing is that those shows won't come out anywhere near until after Secret Wars, so they'll just do like a soft reboot where it's still the same characters. There's still a bunch of that history there, and I'd assume even Daredevil Born Again might have a bit of like playing around where maybe some minor thing didn't happen, but for the most part, everything happened.
We have a blue gummy that I haven't tried yet. You guys still have time.
Oh, we got gummies. Okay, hold on. Maybe because my sister don't mind if I use her. Oh wait, not those gummies. Never mind.
No, not those gummies.
Okay, the rocket gummies.
I've got Eric. I've got to go now.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost track of time. I meant to be like I need to have a shower and everything.
Okay.
But I'll talk to you later on, everyone.
Okay. All right. See ya.
See you.
This is the first time he drops out first.
Yeah. Look, Hero's Journey is leaving. I confirmed they're the same person. Hero's Journey and Pazier are literally the same person.
Wow.
Later, man.
All right. So we also have Ironheart, which I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if that show was ever going to come out because they kept pushing it back. But now, like looking at this, I'm kind of excited for this because it doesn't look like so this is what makes it different from the Iron Man suit. It looks like to me, she's not the armor isn't just an armor around her. It's like a mech. So it's like she's controlling a mech, sort of like the Ironmonger suit from Iron Man, but much, much more advanced. So I'm pretty excited for this. I think the special effects look really good as well. Like that looks pretty cool to me. Look, I hated the suit in Wakanda Forever. I thought it was awful.
Oh yeah, I didn't like it at all.
But this one looks really, it's like silver, gold, gray. with the blue on it. I think it looks really good. So I'm totally down for this one, 100%. And then we have the Eyes of Wakanda, which is an animated series, which talks about like the history of Wakanda and the different spiritual elements of the Wakandan people. And a lot of people said they didn't want to watch it because there's no Black Panther, but I disagree. I actually think that
the whole like history of Wakanda is actually really interesting. Actually,
I think even though the suit was really bad in Wakanda Forever, I think it was supposed to nod to her actual color scheme.
Oh yeah, it was supposed to be like the comic book suit, but I actually like the comic book suit better because it's a more form-fitting suit. The one in Wakanda Forever looked a little bit like this, but it almost looked unreal. Like it didn't look like a real suit. Like a toy. Yeah, that really wasn't what I wanted. But this
it was version 1, so I mean,
yeah.
If you look at Iron Man's version 1,
this to me looks a lot like if I had to put my finger on it, I would say like almost like a Mandalorian type armor, right? Like the helmet and everything.
The visor, yeah.
Yeah, it does remind me a little bit of like a Boba Fett Mandalorian type helmet. Anyway, then we have the Marvel Zombies. I'm literally not looking forward to that at all. I wasn't a big fan of the Marvel Zombies comic book story, but outside of that, I'll probably watch it. And then we have Wonder Man, which surprisingly looks pretty fun. I don't really know. Let's get over here to the pictures of Wonder Man. Where's it? Right here.
Wonder Man. Like he was just auditioning for the part. I thought it was like kind of like a sort of behind the scenes type thing.
I'm not totally sure.
Funny that an actor is, Ben Kingsley's character, who's an actor, having scenes with Wonder Man, who's also an actor. I think
the Wakanda Forever suit looked like a Temu Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this looks to me like it's going to be different from anything we've ever seen in Marvel. And since Agatha also was doing that, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe good, maybe not. I don't know, but I'm excited for this. Oh, Dane stopped in. We're live at the same time. I didn't know you were going live. This is my normal streaming time, so I'm sorry. I didn't even see that you were live, Dane. All right, so I think that's going to be pretty much it for the planned topics. Let me see in the chat here where we had the poll, which is let's look at the results here. Should Sony sell the Spider-Man rights back to Marvel? 83% of the chat said yes.
Who said no?
16% of the chat said no. So there we go. Now we did hit the target, which was $5 super chats. Unfortunately, for some reason, YouTube doesn't count the lower or the higher. It's like it has to be specifically $5. But I know that we hit it. And so I was going to say we could talk about our 5 least favorite hero portrayals in live action, like superhero portrayals. But I'm going to say it doesn't have to be 5 exactly. So I don't want to put anybody on the spot too much because Omega just kind of got here. Is there any particular superhero in live action that you thought was not portrayed well from either cartoons or comic books?
So like we're talking about the actor, or
it could be anything. It could be the actor, it could be the story, anything that applies to something that you loved and they translated it into live action and it wasn't good.
How far back are we going?
Any time period you want.
I'm going
every single X-Men movie ever.
I kind of knew that was coming.
That was an easy one. Anyone in particular that's the most egregiously done, in your opinion?
The first one and the third one. Well, actually, 1, 2, and 3 were all absolutely garbage. I'm like, okay, this will be a cool sci-fi movie. I have no idea who the fuck these characters are because they are not my X-Men.
Same thing with me with Fantastic Four 2015.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan, but I'm like, who are these characters? They're not the Fantastic Four.
Reed Richards and Sue Storm fell off. Dr. Doom fell off.
He was completely off. Dr. Doom did not go in the shuttle with them and get that. Dr. Doom has an Iron Man-like suit. He is not made of metal.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking? What are y'all doing? Oh God, I just hate when it has like gross inaccuracies. Like
Powers seemed off. How
Mhm.
they how like the thing's not supposed to be. Sorry, not the thing. Human Torch isn't supposed to be on fire 24/7. Um, you don't need a suit for Reed Richards to pull himself together again. Um, and I think I don't know if this like my memory might be shot. Like Visible Girl was always invisible until she put on a suit, or was that?
There's been different versions of it, so I don't know. You might be talking about one specifically that you know.
I was talking about the 2015 one.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it
even
was.
bother to see that garbage.
Staggervort, the 199 super chat chiming in says Steel starring Shaquille O'Neal, which was supposed to be the Steel Superman from the Death of Superman storyline. Did anybody ever see that one?
I saw the previews. I didn't actually see the movie. I mean, I saw like the trailers and everything. I was like, yeah, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat.
Shaq can't act. No, can shoot free throws. No, he actually got better.
Okay, so
Norman, well, not Norman. Harry Osborn and Amazing Spider-Man 2 fell off too.
Yes,
I didn't see that one either.
All right, I've got a few over here that I pulled up on my list, and one of them is one that you guys are probably going to know. And it isn't like the movie isn't funny. It's like so bad it's good situation. There are some that are like that. But the Halle Berry Catwoman.
Great casting, just a bad movie.
That's what I mean. Like, I think she could have done a good job, and I actually think she did what they wanted her to do.
She did the best of what they gave her.
But that movie was awful. Yeah. It was such a bad movie.
Yeah, like, that suit was on fire though.
She look. First of all, Halle Berry still to this day looks amazing.
Is
so,
she like what 59 or something, whatever?
Yeah,
she could still get it. But it's like, yeah, I don't dislike Halle Berry at all. She's a great actress. It's just I didn't think she was good at Storm.
Yeah,
but as Catwoman, it's like she did the best of what garbage they gave her. It was like it just wasn't a good movie.
So you hated Patrick Stewart as Professor X too?
No. Great casting as Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Perfect. Even the guy that had to play the guy that played Cyclops looked just like Scott Summers. Right. It's just the way they were written, I have no idea who these characters are. Like even the actor for I remember watching the behind the scenes of X-Men 2. He even said, "Yeah, I'm playing a woman in this one." Because he cries because Jean dies in the first one. He's like, "Oh yeah, Jean Grey dead." And he's like, "Yeah, I played a woman." Whatever. He left midway to go. I think he went to go do something in one of those Superman movies that was coming out. I remember that specifically. He was not happy with that role. He just left.
My favorite character in those X-Men has to be Iceman. I kind of like how he was done.
Well, I guess just me being a complete nerd for the X-Men. I didn't like his personality because Iceman, he's this cool, calm, collected character. Like, no, Bobby Drake is an asshole. He is a off the rails hothead. His personality and his powers don't fit. So it's like, no, he is not this cool, calm, collected man because he's Iceman. No, Bobby Drake's an asshole.
For me, what's kind of funny is I've known him since Smallville.
The actor he plays, he looks like Bobby Drake. It's just like I said, this ain't the character I thought it was.
Let's see here.
Makes me wonder if Marvel had all the rights, we could have had a Spider-Man live action Spider-Man with friends. That would be cool. Yeah, man. I think we haven't seen a Starlight in live action though.
She do have Starlight in live action. She's on The Boys. I know what you mean.
Do we want to watch? There's a 6-minute interview with Anthony Mackie about Captain America. Do we want to watch that or no?
Sure. I want to watch a 6-minute interview with Mahershala Ali, basically going on what the hell's happening to Blade.
Someone sent this over. I don't know Hopefully it's not like a trick. Like I click on the video and it ends up being something that it's not.
Hardcore porn.
Please don't be that. All right, here we go.
Oh, we're late enough in the stream that I can say that, right?
Huh? We're far enough in. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's check out this interview with Anthony Mackie. This is probably going to get pulled too. So if you're watching this on playback and it's gone, yeah, sorry. What is going on here?
Buffering.
There's no audio.
Now, appearing as the legendary archaeologist Indiana Jones, please welcome the one, the only, Anthony Mackie.
Oh, Halloween.
Yes.
I almost forgot to use Halloween.
Now, y'all got it wrong.
Well, yes,
It's not Halloween anymore.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
I got crawfish in my boots, just in case.
Louisiana. This is your kind of costume.
Yeah. In honor of Harrison Ford. That's my homeboy. We text now. That's my boy. We're friends. I ain't trying to brag.
Have y'all heard the rumors that Anthony Mackie is a really kind of an asshole in person? I've heard rumors that he's like
I haven't heard
very much an asshole. I don't know if it's true. It's allegedly he is. I don't know if it's real.
He definitely sounded like one when he was trying to get back at Tom Holland.
Oh,
I mean, I think that was
Harrison
just
Ford.
I think that was just kind of just poking fun or whatever. But that's the first I've heard of that.
How did y'all become friends?
So I did this movie called Captain America, Brave New World. And I met Harrison Ford about 20 years ago. I had 2 scenes in a movie he did called Hollywood Homicide.
Yes.
And we became friends, fast friends. And, Kevin Feige called me and was like, yo, I think we need some heavy hitters. I was like, I got somebody in the boot. So I hit him up and I was like, Harrison, pull up.
Wait, is he being for real?
No, I don't think so.
So you think he's just being silly? Like he's just
he's like he's just being silly.
Okay. I was gonna say, holy shit! So I was gonna say, wait a minute, Anthony Mackie cast Harrison Ford in an MCU film.
I was thinking like they pulled a Deadpool and Wolverine where Ryan Reynolds basically is like, hey.
I think he's good. So he's probably. I mean, I'm sure. Of course, he starred with him. He's like, hey, look, why don't we get Harrison Ford? And he's like, can we afford him? Yeah, sure, whatever.
And he said, I'm on it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Harrison is also in Captain America. No. No, he's not.
What have you seen any of the commercials?
Holy shit. Did they invite him on the show and they don't even know what the movies are that he's in and who's in the movies with them?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't expect
silly.
Maybe, but I would say, in my opinion, and maybe it's the vodka from my gummies, but in my opinion, if you invite somebody on your show to talk about their upcoming projects and you don't even know who their co-stars are,
that's kind of rude.
Because you don't have to know what the movie's about, but you should at least know who's in the film with them.
Yeah. At least get.
Why else would he be talking about him? Why would he be dressed as him right now? It doesn't make any sense. Oh God.
Did you know?
It's a thing.
Well, okay, sorry. We knew that. We knew that.
We're just
okay. Halloween. We're still because
I'm doing movies with Harrison Ford now. Yes, I've grown up.
Now let's talk about Halloween in your house.
Yes.
You've got some kids.
I have kids.
Yes.
I think that might have been the only part where he talked about it, but that was like, I don't want to watch the whole thing if that's it. 6 minutes. Is there anything where he shows like a clip from?
Because
speaking of movies, can we talk about Elevation?
Yes.
Will you just stick your blood up there?
Look, if I was sitting upstairs,
oh God,
95% of the work, he ain't gonna make it. So
he's talking about that movie. So I guess it's not a lot else on there about that. Oh, that was to the person that sent that to me, why didn't you tell me that? I thought it was like a 6-minute clip about Marvel. Oh well. Thank you for sending it over. I appreciate it. Sorority says they just read the talking points and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird to me. All right, let's see. So 3Dub's not going to know anything about this. This is specifically me and Omega talking. I have a feeling about this. Are you playing Dragon Age.
I'm not a big Dragon Age fan.
In general, like you didn't play any of the other.
Yeah. Well,
titles?
I played the first one up through the tutorial, and like a little bit after that, it's like I'm going back to Mass Effect.
Right now, according to sales, it's the number one.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good. It's just no reason I'm not playing this. I'm just not a big Dragon Age fan. I might pick it up later on down the line, but man, that's good.
I think you didn't play it because in a character creator, you can create your own character and do whatever you want with them, and apparently that makes it a super woke game.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's woke. That's why when I voted MAGA. No, I didn't. That crowd is just annoying. And when I see what freaking Grums is trending, I clicked on that. I was like, oh yeah, he's basically saying it because Monster Hunter Wilds is killing Veilguard because I mean, for one, it's Monster Hunter. Everyone freaking loves Monster Hunter. I actually might get back into this one because I fell off of Monster Hunter Worlds pretty hard. Just I didn't like the grinding. Apparently, in the new one, they cut a lot of that grinding out. That and another thing is like they have a lot of black hairstyles in Monster Hunter Wilds for the character creator. Why aren't they complaining about that?
Right. Or complaining about other like shitty things that happen in video games. There's a lot of them. Like,
yeah, really.
You're complaining about a character creator allowing you to do different things with characters, but you're not complaining about things like hiding entire parts of the game behind a season pass
or
yeah.
What was it, like almost 200,000 people, including me, that got laid off within the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna talk about that shit, but you only get mad because there's a gay trans person in your game, man. Piss off.
Oh, Gen V season 2 is wrap filming.
Ooh.
3Dub, did you watch season 1 of Gen V? Did you like it?
Oh, no. I should expect that there are going to be graphic scenes. Every time it throws me for a loop.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. I think sometimes they go a bit too far. I would say Gen V was a lot grosser than The Boys is, in my opinion.
Yeah, because there's another friend of mine who
tiny person.
Oh, yeah. Shrinking down and then expanding. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because there's another guy I know. I was trying to get him to watch it. He was like, yeah, he just doesn't do well with gore. And I was like, I get it. I understand.
I'm excited for this. I really enjoyed Gen V in a lot of ways. I actually hold on, let's see. What happens when I do that?
I guess the main reason why the gore doesn't bother me because I know it's fake.
You know it's fake.
It's Mortal Kombat, like it's Mortal Kombat gore. It's the most cartoonish thing ever. This isn't like an actual person getting shot in the head. No.
Right.
No, I don't have a problem with the gore. It's the basically porn aspect of it.
The porn aspect of Gen V, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It does have it's fair bit of nudity. So yeah.
No, 100%. I thought you meant with like in general, and I'm like, no, you mean Gen V specifically. So, like,
if Homelander can rip someone in half and me not throw up, I'm fine with it. But like the explicit scenes, I'm not okay with.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I ain't knocking you at all. It's a bit much sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the tiny person.
Oh, you mean when he ran inside the dude's thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Understandable. I can even me. I got disturbed by that a little bit. I'm like, oh God, really, y'all? Damn.
Let's see. Let me click over here. I've learned my lesson about flipping through Twitter without looking first.
Yes. Oh, especially on my timeline, since I follow a lot of artists, and some of them aren't so safe for work.
Let's see what else we got here.
I watch a lot of anime, so
that can go sideways too, depending on.
I like the one
happens.
I'm recently watching can go sideways. It's like
don't say it. Is it Dan to Dan?
No, the title is The Testament of a Sister New Devil or something like that.
Yeah, see,
have you seen that one, Omega?
No, I kind of fell out of anime around 2015 when it all became shonen anime. I'm like, I'm just not a fan of shonen battle anime.
What's funny is I haven't gotten to a shonen yet. And they're all like new anime.
Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure I got everything on my list here.
The one
by the way,
really,
go ahead, 3Dub.
the one I really like is a realist hero that rebuilds the kingdom. That was really good. It's not shonen.
Is that an isekai?
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of those either. No,
You don't like those you don't like the out of time.
It was
type of
basically
stories,
it's a summoning. It's more like a summoning. He gets summoned.
Yeah, it's more like I like the
medieval
older
times.
stuff, like from the 70s, 80s, and early to mid 90s. Because I mean, it's like you could tell they actually put a lot of time into the drawings and stuff, which that's expensive and it doesn't make that much money, so that's why they kind of fell out of favor for it. Because you can crank out a show in a battle anime like that. That's why freaking One Piece has like literally 1,000 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece? Oh yeah, more than
One Piece is crazy if you try to watch that from the beginning. To be honest,
yeah, because it's a shonen. The animation isn't ridiculous. They can just crank those things out like it's nothing.
The creator of How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom is Dojo Maru.
Oh, I love Star Blazers. Not Super Shark. Sorry, that's old school. I love that. Edmund Place says, y'all see Universal announced live action Lego movies? One of them is Patty Jenkins and Jeff John. I didn't see that. Look, I love the Legos movies. Legos movies are good, right? You guys like Legos movies? I love all of them.
Lego Batman was surprisingly actually really good.
It was better than the other Batman stuff we got.
Yeah.
So.
Even the Lego games were really good.
So what we're going to do here is we're over the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to do like a 5-minute thing. If you guys would like to donate any more super chats, I do appreciate it. Again,
how many gummies do you have?
I still have 4. It's like 4 in here still.
So $20.
If $20, I will eat the rest of the gummies. And after this, I may actually head over to Dane's stream and ambush him while he's live as well.
He's gonna be, you're so high.
Yeah, go over there, be incredibly drunk.
Lone Wolf, low watermark sent 5. So that's 3.
Let me see. Is Dane still alive? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. All right. I'm not going to ambush him. I told him I might come over. Anyway, here we go. Low watermark. Gifting memberships. Again, everybody in the debunks chat, make sure you say thank you to Low Watermark. All right. Again,
also, sorry for mispronouncing your name. It's so small on my screen right now.
Did you call him?
I call him Lone Wolf.
Oh. All right. So we're going to do a purple one. We're going to do a purple one. That purple stuff.
Yeah, those definitely aren't, the special gummies, because if you ate multiple of those, you wouldn't be incoherent.
They're not like that. No, they've got not the T stuff, but the C stuff. So it's not as bad. Oh, they're the vodka.
Oh.
Well, hold on, let me finish this. Not the THC, the CBD. So it's the lesser of the.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's actually kind of good for you.
Yeah. That one wasn't so bad. I'm definitely saving the yellow one for last. So we have green, which I did not mind, clear, and yellow.
Yeah, my sister has some of these yellow gummies with the tea stuff in it.
Yeah,
I don't like those. I cannot focus. My head is fuzzy. I don't like those at all. I'm like, I ain't messing with those.
Let's see.
I have one of those. I'll be looking around like.
Let's see. I don't know if Dane might be ending his stream, and if he's ending his stream, we'll stay live over here for a bit longer.
Okay.
I
may. Actually, I just got this one game. Well, it's a collection of a lot of older games that was on like the Genesis and TurboGrafx called Valis. I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember those games.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Sailor Moon.
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, think the first game was on the Genesis and like it was a PC engine in Japan. They were fairly good platformers. It was just we barely got. I think we got like maybe the first two. Like in Japan.
Unfortunately, I have to speed run these because I don't have a choice. All right, so we do the green one next.
Yeah, I haven't seen Agatha. I need to get on. I either need to get my mom to give me the password again, or just pay for it myself.
Agatha's really good.
Yeah, here's actually pretty good.
It's very like witch lore heavy, which I think is cool. And it kind of separates itself from all the other stuff going on in the MCU, which I think is smart.
But it's a bunch of women, so it's woke.
Yeah. So a lot of people are curious because X-Men 97 is not on the slate for next year. I think it's because they have to make a lot of changes to it because of what happened with
Bo DeMaio,
yeah.
That dude.
Oh,
like, you know what? I was kind of like on his side, and then all that stuff came out. I was like, okay, yeah, dude, you're kind of a creep.
Let's see. We have a super chat here from Silhouette Animator. Another $5 super chat. I'm gonna finish off these gummies for sure with all these super chats now. All right, so this is about Superman and Lois, which is me and 3Dub. Omega probably is not watching yet, so I feel like the second half of Superman and Lois season 4 will be rushed as hell. We got Brainiac to deal with somehow. I don't know in what form. Well, 3Dub, you might have seen this too. I saw a quote from Todd Helbing that said that they had to rush everything into this final season because they had storylines planned all the way till season 7.
Yeah.
Fuck CW. Fuck the CW.
Fuck Nexstar.
I saw Lance's tweet on that said after CW. I was like, what happened now?
I mean, so they had originally they said they had enough story or enough elements to go on for at least 5 seasons, which means they would have had season 4 and season 5 to finish a 7-season storyline, which gives them like 20 episodes to do that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
However, they said, oh no, we're ending in season 4. So now they have 5, 6, and 7, all of those storylines that they have to cram into one 10-episode season with a reduced budget.
Yeah.
3Dub, how do you feel about it? Be honest. Like, how do you feel about it?
I hate it. Honestly, when I saw that they were taking no breaks, I'm like, they really want Superman and Lois off their schedule for good. They want it like lickety split fast, and, like no breaks, no like time to like talk, discuss. Basically, they want it gone. I'm like, by this point, just give us it all, and we can binge watch it. Like you clearly don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing that really sucks also is this is the end of DC TV on regular television. Like, it's it. I don't think we'll ever see it again. I think it's all going to be streaming, to be honest. And there's nothing wrong with streaming, but we got a lot of stuff on DC TV that we were not ever going to get in the DCU. And we'll probably never see in the DCU.
I will like, for me, streaming, there's a little more leeway because CW is like basically you have to censor certain things at certain times.
Yeah.
I think with streaming, it can be more mature, like adult feeling. So that's the praise I'll give it if there is a DC TV on streaming. But at the same time, I miss 8 shows. All the way through the week.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so now we have 2 left. So I have oh god, that one's stuck to the bowl. I think they're both yellow. I thought it was a green and then a yellow, but I think they're both fucking yellow. Oh no.
Which one are the yellow ones?
It's banana. Like fake banana flavor. It's really bad.
Oh, yeah, I hate fake banana.
Oh, it's really like it's been sitting in the bowl so long. The bottom of it is like when you get a piece of hot dog bread that's wet. It's like you're eating wet bread, like moist bread.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. Oh
Who's
my god.
reading as Street Up Speaks?
Oh, King Mike Todd wants to know what D&D book are you looking at?
Oh, the 2024 Player's Handbook.
Oh my god, you have it?
Yeah, it's out.
I didn't think it was out yet.
Yeah, it was out for a couple weeks. I'm waiting for the DMG to come in.
My god.
If you have the master tier subscription on D&D Beyond, you can read through it now. But yeah,
holy shit,
that one soon.
That's so good. Like, okay, so I have one. Let me go see. I gotta go. Hold on.
Here's the 2014 rule book, Player's Handbook, and here's the 2014, 2024.
The ones that Care just left. I'm not a big D&D fan, though. I like the XD, but that's just me.
I mean, I got Vampire the Masquerade too. If you don't like that, but I also have Pathfinder. Or God dang it, where is it? Oh yeah, and I got Starfinder. If you want to play Starfinder, or if you don't want to play those, I got Legend of the Five Rings. Or if you're not interested in that,
that actually looks kind of cool. Legend of the Five Rings.
It's samurais. Or if you don't like that, I got Shadowrun.
That also looks cool.
Fairly old thing. Basically, think of like fantasy races, but in a cyberpunk setting. So you have elves, dwarves, orcs, and all that, but in like cyberpunk. I don't have Cyberpunk 2020, but god dang it, where is it? I know I have another RPG here somewhere. Oh yeah, those are the ones I have.
He's back. Trying not to wobble.
I almost fell down, but you guys can't see it.
I knew it.
Over there. So I got this book as a gift. I think like 3 months ago, but it's Journeys Through
Radiant Citadel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Which is actually a bunch of different scenarios with like multicultural backgrounds and things like that.
Yeah, I think isn't that going through gosh, I forget. Like don't you go through Sigil and then you have to go through the Outlands and stuff, or
yeah, but there's a lot of really cool designs in it as well. So
yeah, I got the Planescape stuff right here. It's just I'm not pulling out because all this stuff will fall over.
Serenity wants to know: would you ever live stream D&D game? Seen a few on YouTube.
Hey, what's up, Salty? Good to see you, man. Would I ever live stream D&D? I mean, maybe.
If you do, well, shoot, my schedule is kind of. I'm in like 3 games already, so. I'm in the middle of a DM session right now, and the storyline is because none of them are here, so I can kind of tell you guys. Oh, there goes my cat. I can't have my cat eating my
cat
my last gummy. The storyline right now is there was a rich businessman who lives on the edge of a forest called the Forest of Whispers, and basically he's asked the adventurers to come help him because this evil sorceress has stolen a locket that belonged to him that represented the love he had for his deceased wife. And what he basically did is his wife was sick and he sealed her soul into the locket.
Yes, the Planescape.
He sealed her soul into the locket, and the locket has been shattered into 3 pieces, and that takes the adventurers in 3 different directions. However, in my last session, I had a character that randomly threw out objects that are typically for my cat's like, what have you been eating? Objects that people don't want, like the robe of many uses, which is like a bunch of patches you can throw off at things. A deck of cards that has random things that you draw, like sending you to
deck of many things.
Yes.
Burn it. Burn those cards. Burn those cards.
First of all, I had the sorceress that I had was tempting the group that we're playing with. She was throwing out the cards, and then every time throwing out like random things, and every time she did it, she would say a riddle. So they didn't know what the things were until they picked them up or whatever. One of the guys got the deck of many things and decided to draw 3 cards. I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Oh boy.
He lost all of his belongings with 1 card. So he lost everything he had on him except for his essential items or whatever. But like money, properties, whatever, lost all those. What else happened? A couple other nothing good happened.
There are some good ones in that deck. Like you gain a level, you get like a million gold or something like that.
Yeah,
and then there's stuff that your soul gets sent to the abyss.
Right. So the objects that got thrown out, there was also the wand this gives you the 7 random things a day or something. I can't remember what it's called. Off the top of my head, but because they weren't named exactly what they are, because in our storyline we renamed the objects. But the other one was the bag of beans, right? So you plant the beans and you get random things from the beans.
Yeah.
And in the last session we had, which was supposed to be because this is a mini story, the last session we had was supposed to be the second to last session because the next part of the trip was going to be the end. But they planted the bean, and the bean grew a beanstalk into another dimension. So now I've written a story with like a glass golem that's guarding an alternate world, and in that alternate world is going to have a bunch of other shit that's crazy. Like I've had a lot of fun writing the story. It's been really, really good. So
that's kind of cool.
So, I just noticed your camera moved because your cat kind of moved it.
Oh.
I'm in like 2 campaigns. I'm in like 3 campaigns. I'm playing
my cat's knocking over my speakers too. What is
going on here? One, I got
my cat is playing with my camera.
Got a fighter and another one, and I got a monk in a Friday game, which we're about to play tomorrow.
The camera's slowly moving like this because the cat is playing with it.
But if I feel like shit tomorrow, I'm just gonna call out again and be like, hey, look, normally I'd be going to work, but I called out. Screw it. I may just call out.
By the way, both of my cats are in here. So like that's probably what's going on here. Also, I was eating these the other night. Reese's Pieces popcorn.
Is that good?
It's actually really good.
Yeah, Reese's is always good.
Okay, I have one more gummy, and I am definitely feeling it, and it is the dreaded. Oh gosh, it stuck to there was slime when I picked it up. That's really gross. This is the last one. It's the yellow. Yeah.
Is it banana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so bad. Okay, we have some super chats. Let's do that while I'm eating this gross gummy. All right. Here we go. Silhouette Animator. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you guys read this one out because I'm chewing. Anyway. Thank you for the $5.
It seems like all of DC TV since era had plans way too grand to become reality. All the spin-off setups and loose ends.
I agree with this. Omega, did you ever watch any of the DC TV shows?
None of them. I've seen bits and pieces of like a couple of episodes of like maybe Arrow or Stargirl, but that's about it.
Oh my god, I am so
hammered.
Yeah, it's a lot. Hold on a second. Okay. Give me a minute. All right. And then we had Silhouette Animator calling us a nerd for talking about
nerd.
Yeah. I'll take that. I'll take it. Thank you so much, Silhouette Animator. Salty is like, Eric is always surrounded by the we're not going to say it on camera. We'll go after it. So let's see. I just realized I have 2 bag clips on these, and I don't know why. But I'm going to have some now. now that the gummy adventure has concluded. Yes, Serenity, I am. Oh, by the way, how many people would be interested in playing Jackbox games together on here one night?
Yeah, sure.
What's Jackbox?
It's kind of like a party game where they say like a bunch of like they'll give you like a bunch of trivia or
you play from your phone. Or
yeah, you don't need anything, or yeah, you just play for your phone, tablet, or just they'll give you a code to go on a site that you can play along for everybody.
What I might do. Here's my other cat.
He's like, I want Reese's. Give me it.
Yeah. My sister's dog is asleep, so I ain't gonna bother.
My cat's sitting on a suitcase over there.
So right now, the only 2 party packs I have are 3 and 7, but I think there's like 10 of them, and then there's like a big pack you can buy. Anyway, there's all kinds of fun games. Basically, they're trivia games 3'd up. So like you can do trivia, you can do one that you made yourself, you can do ones that they have pre-planned, like you can make your own questions, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff on there. I might do that one night. And what I might do is if you're a Team Eric member, I might actually give you a chance to play on screen with us guys. Like you don't have to be on the stream, but I will give you the codes to play along with us. Because I think you can have up to 8 people. No, 10 people? Or is it 8? It's 8.
You have a lot.
Yeah. I'll look into it though. There's my other cat again.
Hey, looks like Morgana from Persona 5.
I don't know how to answer this. Like, I don't think I'm in the popularity of what Jackbox is. Like, it's like I haven't been across it, so it's kind of like
I wouldn't say it's a niche game, but it's.
Let me hold on. I'll look up a trailer for it and we'll watch it.
Do you have to look for it to know about it, or is it like?
Yeah,
I actually thought it was very popular, but I might be wrong.
Not really. It is and it isn't, because I know a lot of streamers on Twitch would do that. Like, it's popular, but it's not that. Back in the day, it was pretty popular. It kind of waned since then.
Let's see. So, hold on. Oh my god. My cat is being a little bitch over here.
Is she female?
Yeah, yes, but
react her then.
I not. It's non-gender specific insult for me. I use that for everybody that's being a bitch. It is a insult that goes across gender. Anyway, so Quiplash. Here we go. I'm going to show you the trailer. Let me share it.
Your cat's thinking right now. Yep.
I know. All right, hold on. Here we go. Oh my gosh, these gummies. I can't do anything. All right. Here it is.
It's Quiplash, the new party game with no rules, no correct answers. You can say anything you want. Yes, Quiplash is the hilarious new party game from the makers of You Don't Know Jack, Fibbage, and Drawful. Just answer some ridiculous Quiplash prompts like
an inventive way to get rid of head lice
using your phone or tablet as your controller. Your answer will be pitted against someone else's answer. And everyone will vote on which one they like best.
Now, when they say everyone can vote, you can have up to like 10,000 people in the audience voting.
Oh.
So,
a lot of streamers will they'll stream it and you have like their chat or whatever.
Right.
Well, yeah, so all you need to do is give them like this little link, what it says at WUOV or whatever.
Yeah, if you give that to people you want to join, Once everybody's in, then you can make that link public to everybody else, and then anybody else can sign up to be part of the audience, basically.
It's so easy, and if you sweep all the votes, that's a quiplash. It all ends in an exciting final round, the last lash, where you'll try to outwitty all the other players. Up to 8 players can play, but up to 10,000 players can join the audience and affect the vote. That's right, a record scratch sound effect. Make your next party a quiplash party and come up with answers.
Anyway, you get the idea. That's like one of the games on it, but that's like one of the most popular ones. Anyway, I want to show this off before we do our final chat. I got a Rose Wilson Teen Titans Go Funko Pop.
Is it signed?
No.
Looks a little signed with the scribble.
Yeah, it's just that is the cost of it where I got it from. It wipes off. It's a little pencil. Anyway, and then I got the Terra as well, which were exclusives for Toys R Us, I think. Yeah, Toys R Us. I got them surprisingly at and I don't know if Omega's ever been there, but there's a thrift mall place here in Virginia Beach where it's like the upstairs is all like
no, I've never been there. I think I know what you're talking about.
You've never been there?
Mm-mm.
You have to come here and go with me. It's crazy. Matter of fact, should I do a live stream from there one day? I should go one day and live stream from there. Anyway,
next time in that area, I just might.
Yeah, they share things. They share things. They sell. Hold on.
Get big.
All right, let me start over. They sell things like this, and if you go on like eBay, you can see how much they're valued at, which is what I did. If they have a high enough value, more so than the cost on them, I will buy them. Not because I plan on selling them, but because I want to determine if the value is worth what I'm paying for it. So less than $7. It was $6.98 there.
Now, do they have those Kota Biyuka statues?
Oh, they have a whole section of
like
anime, manga stuff or whatever.
Yeah, let me grab this one.
I've never seen a drunk person drunk before.
Wait, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, they have tons of stuff like that. They have tons of stuff like that. Let me see what it's called. Hold on.
I'll put the name in chat if I can spell it correctly.
All right, so it's called the Virginia Beach Antique Mall, and the bottom floor is the most boring shit. It's like old furniture, stuff from like estate sales, things like that. It's really just a bunch of boring shit. The second floor is comic book, superhero, video games, anime, all of that shit. So it's like amazing. Literally, I have to like stream myself here when I go there. I have to do it.
Next time I'm in that area, I gotta go.
So,
how close are you guys together? Because you're apparently
we used to be a lot closer, but
yeah,
I think we're.
But I moved over to like 2 hours west. Well, depending on traffic, yes, about 1.5, 2 hours, depending.
But the reality is, funny thing is, a lot of people regularly travel back and forth between where he is and where I am. It's like a very common trip for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let me close all of these windows down. Thank you, Pixar Eric, for joining us. You got to go.
And I'm 842.7 miles away from you.
All right, close that down. All right. Wait, hold on. All right, I guess Dane is logging out too, but watching me eat the Reese's is killing you. That's funny. I'm sorry, but I'm like super vodka filled and CBD filled at the moment, so it's snack time. Oh wait, hold on a second.
He's more ADHD when he's high. Sidetracked a lot. Yep. There you go.
I forgot.
Pringles.
I have fake Pringles that I got the other day. They're called Snack Day. However, I have to give them a shout out. Surprisingly, these are better than real Pringles. So if you like Pringles, these are better. Particularly because it's filled up to the top. I've been eating them already and it's filled all the way to the top. You get Pringles now, it's like a good ways down. But also because they're thicker than Pringles. So if I were to measure this by size, they would be bigger than regular Pringles.
People are like, "You're still up?"
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm usually on my break at around this time.
I'm just nocturnal.
They don't even sell it anymore. I am so pissed off because
What?
there was this the place where I got the Emma Frost statue. They had a Commander Shepard statue. It was like $90. I already spent like almost $150 on like RPG books. I was like, yeah, I already spent too much money. I'll come back next week. I'll probably get it then. It was gone. And now when I look at that statue online, it goes for like almost $200 to $300.
That's crazy.
And now I'm looking on the actual manufacturer's website, and they don't even sell it anymore.
Why not?
They have limited. A lot of these are just limited runs.
Hold on a second. Oh my god, I got 3 windows open. Wait, no, hold on.
Like even the Emma Frost statue, it's not even on. I don't even see it on the site anymore.
Well, the Antique Mall sells a lot of stuff that's out of circulation, so they probably have
it might. Yeah, because there is a Lieutenant Uhura statue I want to get, but it's no, it's out. Can I buy it? I just might. How much is 17,000 yen in US dollars?
I don't know. What is it called? The section of the antique.
$101.58.
I got 100. Okay, so yeah, but the actual price is 17,600 yen. So that's $115. That's not bad. This product may not be available for purchase due to inventory availability. God freaking dang it.
There's a chat war going on. Statues is greater than books, and then books is greater than statues.
What are they talking about? Hold on. All right, we're gonna find some pictures of this place so you can see what it looks like.
Because I was like, yeah, I already spent all this money on RPG books. They're like, no, you should have bought a statue.
Except for my books, you don't read. They're comic books.
You read comic books.
I read comic books, but online. When I buy them, they're collectibles.
Wait, hold on, what the fuck? I think I'm too drunk to pull that up, so we're just gonna just pretend that I didn't do that.
Yes, it's very insomnia chat. Yes, it is.
That's it. This is my normal time for me, so I'm good. I did take some NyQuil earlier. That knocked me right the F out.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I ain't wake up till like 12 midnight. I think I went to sleep. As soon as I came back from my sister to go vote, I was up for a little bit. She went to work. We both work nights. Yeah, it's like as soon as I put the dog up, I was like, yeah, I'm out. But yeah, let me hopefully I don't screw this up again.
Don't click the wrong button.
Yeah, here we go.
What? Oh, this right here. All right.
Yeah, this is what I was wanting. 117, well, 17,000 yen, and it may not be available. I remember they tweeted out they wanted it on a pre-order, but at that time I was broke as hell.
Yeah.
now I actually have to spend the cash. I was like, oh great, I may or may not get it.
Well, with that being said, I think it's time for me to get out of here. I'm going to keep eating because I've had too much of those gummies.
He's got the munchies.
And that's probably not good. Make sure we have all the super chats. I want to thank everybody for the support tonight, no matter which channel you were on, for super chatting. And shout out to Low Watermark for giving out memberships. That was awesome. And thank you for everybody that hung out. I do appreciate it. I'll be live again next week. We will be doing a after party on happy birthday.
Is it your birthday?
No, but, okay, thank you. People can send gifts. I'll stay on if you want to give me my birthday.
Is it like in the summer or something?
It's in spring.
Spring, yeah. I'm about to say it's like March or May or something.
Yeah. But we'll be live on Tuesday, for sure, and for the after party. And then I might be live on Monday night. Maybe. We might do Monday as well. But I'll see. But Tuesday and then
might be up. Because my D&D game stops at 7, and if I don't go to sleep afterwards, I might join in.
Well, we're doing a D&D game on Monday, so what I might do is I might stream my D&D game on Monday.
Oh shit!
So,
I finished my D&D game at 7.
Okay. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks, Pagey, for being here. He had to go somewhere. I don't know what he had to do, but he had to get out of here.
Shower.
Thanks, 3Dub, for being here with this new 3Dub Studios logo.
Nice.
3Dub's channel's doing really good. Y'all should check out 3Dub's channel for sure.
Yeah, but I'm already in almost to the 8,000 mark.
Yeah, so go check him out.
Nice.
Omega, check him out on DeviantArt. So
DeviantArt, and I'm starting to post a bit more stuff on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah,
actually,
Blue Sky's pretty old.
Actually, and my name on Blue Sky is different from everywhere else. It's actually Omega Cosmos.
Okay, so Omega Cosmos, y'all got it.
I'll put it.
Start the rewatch now, Filmic, because what's going to happen is they're going to come in and make me remove stuff. So watch it now before that happens. Anyway, we're out. I will see everyone later. Have a good night. Bye.